Hello there, humans. It's me.
All cream enjoyer 69.
Exactly. Okay, so this is... I think this is another 2 days, I think. I don't know if you can even still do it, but... Wait, so I would need to win 121 battles to get the repeated ball container. That's hilarious. Alright. Sure. So... When's the last time I streamed Blitz from here? It's like 2 months ago. Gotta be... It's a while. I don't have the battle pass anymore. Look what Wargaming has taken from... No, actually, I don't care. I am no longer a World of Tanks community contributor. Right?
You're free.
So, I can now say this. Free and happy. Whoever...
Long time! Yeah, it has been a long time.
Whoever came up with the idea in crates, whoever is selling this can go straight to hell. This tank costs...
Taste.
This tank costs 400 euros, by the way. 400. How's it going, by the way, Finn? 400 euros. Right? Because you have 50 charms and then 120 for 20. So you need 120 twice and then you need 60. 120 twice plus 60 is what? Yes. So, this tank... Yeah. 400 fucking shekels. Is that even a real currency? I don't know. Can you buy hummus with that?
Would you like some za'atar with that?
I don't know what that is. I just know hummus.
Za'atar is a spice blend.
No. But it's like a spice plant or a spice plant.
What are you talking about now?
It's like a euphemism for certain psychoactive substances. Mr. Forge goes like that is great. I mean, that's the only reason I'm still like here is, you know, like I wouldn't stream this if it was Reforged, because like fuck that, honestly. But let's see. Okay, have the controls. I mean, I did play about like a week ago, I think, with just one, and the controls were reset, right? So in 12 years, right, and Reforged's probably coming next year. In 12 years, they have not managed to fix that problem. Hi T90, how you doing? Did they let you out? Did they let
Johnny.
you out? Did they let you out of the submarine again? All right. Haven't showed up. Yeah, I mean, it's been a couple of years since I streamed. Well, not really, but... Yeah. Well, I haven't made a video since May. I just thought about it. But, you know, it's like, after you made videos for so long, it's just, it feels good to not do that for a while, you know? Got a corner camping Sheridan. So everything that's normal in this game. Everything's still as normal, as always. I mean, that Sheridan would have had a great opportunity to just sit in this bush and shoot me when I descend the hill and try to move forward, but he was like, nah, I'm gonna camp at the back of the corner. Fortunately. What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, I've been doing sim racing. I did sim race today as well, and I got wow. The rear of the car was not very happy. They got crashed into 3 times from people that can't brake, so that was interesting. But yeah, and 2 of them were lapped. All right, they were already a lap down, and they still crashed into me. They're like, ah. I was like, these are like the worst people, right? And they're a lap down, and then they're not fast. They're not like massively faster than you, because like if there's a guy behind you that's lapped and he's like 2-3 seconds a lap quicker, then you just let him go because there's no point. But if there's a guy behind you or right in front of you that's got blue flags, that's already a lap down, and they're like slightly faster, you just can't get past them. And when they don't let you go, eventually you're gonna start have to just ram them off the road. Which, the fun thing is, I kind of shoved one of them a little bit, right? And then in the next corner, he killed me. He just tried, like, he has blue flags. He's a lap down. He's been blocking me for like 3 laps. Then I shoved him out of the way a little bit, and he's like, nope, I'm gonna crash into you now. I don't think I can out-reload him 3 times. If I'm low enough. Am I low enough down here? I don't think he could shoot me. So washed a bit with how Hypergas and my Swiss not working the most badly these days. Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, you know, the way I liked to play Blitz, you know, 21, 22, 23. No, I mean, when did I get good? Like 2018. So like the way I like to play is just not really too favorable anymore, because there's a lot less players, and I wouldn't say the average quality has gone down, but people tend to be on more extreme ends, you know, like you either have the like YOLO, or you have like that Sheridan who's just like camping in the back, so as a light tank. So yeah. Server is under 1.3k members now. I mean, I think about 800 of those accounts are dead anyway. Like, a lot of those accounts are just not even used anymore. So it's like, yeah. I mean, in terms of gaming, you know, I've made that one Limo Ultimate video. I have 2 more that I could edit and upload, right? Eventually, but I just wanted to get a break from everything and do something else. And then I'll get back to it in September with the new project and some gaming maybe videos. I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna release the first video on the other channel on a certain day in September. Alright. Your teammates that suck. Well, I mean, mathematically, your teammates and enemies suck equally. Normal. Down from 3800 W8 to my peak at 1800. Why'd you try that hard here? A few certain days in September. Not sure that. I could try to reverse side scrape this guy. Alright, Murat. It is a Turkish name, so that's what it is now. Can you... Can you like peek or something, bruv? The most annoying thing that's ever existed is like, hey, a piece of glass is stronger than 350 millimeters of armor. Doesn't feel like it. Well, I mean, yeah, because you're the one losing because of your teammates. So obviously you have this perception that it's a lot worse if the bad players are on your team because it affects you, right? It's always like that, you know. When people when something doesn't affect people, they don't care, right? Because it doesn't affect me, whatever. If other people starve, but as soon as the second it starts affecting them, they're like, oh my god, this is the big problem. We need to solve this. It's like, yeah, it's been a big problem for years, but they never cared, right? Because it never affected them. You know, but. How many Spain Irish balls you got? Well, I have one England ball, and I have one. I don't even know. I have one England ball and one USA ball so far. And those are the two free ones that you got on login. That's all I have. So yeah, because I didn't play Blitz. All right. I've also started to have a problem the last couple of weeks, right? Because I've always been a big fan of Spezi, right? But obviously there's a lot of sugar in it, so I never had it much. But they now have Spezi Zero, where there's no sugar in it, so I kind of have a problem now.
Let's go.
Spezi addiction, let's go. But yeah, no, not really. It's just I have way too much of it. But yeah, I'm gonna get another bowl. There's one bowl in the bowl container, right? Yeah, they're all the same. So what would I want? I want Spain and that one. Let's see if we can. How far is this one? 28. That one's that one. The second bowl container is only 28 away, so we're not gonna get that. We're not even gonna get 2 bowl containers today. So what is this even? I have no idea what this is. Even though I made a video about it, it's that weird like 3-shot autoloader thingy majiggy weird that with like 5 alpha damage. Yep. Okay. Well.
Balls. Creams? Where are the creams?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna do the 6 hours of Interlagos race tomorrow morning. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it. Should I stream it? Cause I don't know. Quests also give balls. Huh, what quests? I don't know. I have precisely 0 knowledge of Blitz for the last 3 months. Or probably even more than that. Rooting for Spain. I mean, I'm rooting for Spain because the other one's Argentina, so. You know. Attention. You need this badly. Wargaming. You take this deal. You shine it up real nice. You turn it sideways and you shove it straight up your ass. Wait, was it the other way around? I don't remember how the Rock said it, but I think it was that way. It was shine it up and then turn it sideways, not turn it sideways first and then shine. I don't know. I don't remember. But it was that way, I think. I hope I got it right. So, how many battles do I have here, by the way? 1,625. Okay. 30-day win rate, 80%. Well, they played 5 battles. Nice drive. You're gonna pass up on one-time offer number.
Drive.
927,483,929. Play a Spanish tank for good luck. I don't get a Spanish tank, I don't think we'll be mixing that up. I mean, technically, didn't the Franco regime use a couple of German low-tier tanks in the Spanish Civil War? Like the Panzer II and stuff. Collecting balls, absolutely. It's also kind of funny that it's like, oh yes, it's definitely a World Cup event, but no, there's no official association with anything whatsoever. It's purely accidental. Yeah. Spanish tank, no, not by nationality. But like I said, there's certain German tanks that were used by Franco in the Spanish Civil War. Which were like German low-tier tanks, like Panzer I, Panzer II, stuff like that. FIFA. I mean, it is the most it is the most corrupt organization on the planet, probably. Like, at least in terms of sports. Even though, maybe, what's the Olympic Committee called? IOC. Maybe that one's. They're both trying very hard to be number one. And obviously they're trying to change. Like I read that they changed the seeding for this cup so that the top 4 teams can only meet in the semi-finals, right? So you can maximize revenue, right? Because if like Egypt or Cape Verde or whatever make it to the semi-finals, they're like, you know, the Argentinians aren't gonna watch and pay, and they're not gonna watch the ad break in the hydration. They're not going to watch the hydration ads. But yeah. It's kind of funny because like in Germany you could only watch it on like Magenta TV, which is a telecom like pay TV bullshit. So I just VPN to like Switzerland and England or whatever. I'm not super. That's probably the next thing they're gonna try to ban, VPNs. Yeah, they're gonna like. The worst thing is, there's a cabaret sketch was written 40 years ago. That basically perfectly encompasses that problem. Like it's basically where you have people that are unemployed, and then instead of them being unemployed, they get put into the unemployment office, and there they watch TV, and then they watch ads, right? And then they spend all day watching ads, and that way they're useful. And yeah, I feel like that sketch written 40 years ago is truer than it should be, or more realistic than it should be. What was it from Ready Player One? We're like, oh, we can sell 80% of a viewer's visual field to advertisers before inducing seizure. Yeah, that's what's gonna be as well. It's like, fucking hell. It's like there's like 1% of ads that are actually good, and the rest is cancer. And those are the ads that are like, here's a funny clip. Oh, by the way, we sell something. You know, it's the thing that isn't trying to sell you something. It's the thing that's entertaining you, while saying, hey, we got this thing. I don't know. If you need one, I don't know. That's where you have like in Blitz, you know, it's like, oh, you need this, you need to have this. It's like, that doesn't do anything. You know, psychologically and advertising I mean, you would think that the people working for Wargaming know what they're doing, right? But the thing of advertising is that if you tell the audience that they need something, they don't want it, right? You need to make the people want to. And you'd be like, hey, if you have this, you're cool. If it's like, oh my god, you need this. This is amazing. Buy. It's just desperate. And it does work on enough stupid people to be a strategy that you could run theoretically, but it's not. It's basically gonna get you.
Don't mind the tank is playing. He has lost his mind already.
Customer base of idiots. When you play tank shooters, I don't know.
No. Don't say it. You have lost your mind. That's official.
I mean,
it's completely fair game now.
If we look at the world, the state of the world, and if you're even semi-conscious and you're still mentally well, then there's something wrong with you. You know, they're gonna be just like a psychopath to look at the world and be like, "Eh, it's all fine." I read a news article that like people in Texas got like 100 years in prison for protesting. Meanwhile, the Epstein dudes are still running around free. It's like, hey yo. Actually, why are you playing willingly? Because I don't care about stats or anything, or I mean, not that I have for a while, but you know, I was trying to like, okay, I'm gonna maintain Super Unicum for a bit, but I don't care anymore.
Now let it go. No need to worry about that. Just faff about.
Just goon.
Yeah, you can do that after. Not now.
I mean, Jova wants me to make an OnlyFans, so let's combine the two.
But since when did she ask you that?
On Discord, like an.
Yes. Since when? And the answer is on Discord.
like 20 minutes ago, bro. Play a French tank. It's close enough Latin-based language speaking country. Okay. NHL OS up there. A billionaire team owner engraved a bunch of his trust fund nipple kitties on the Stanley Cup. I mean, yeah. I already know who Morris is rooting for this World Cup. Whoever plays against Argentina. Yes, that true. That's true. Who you root for in WEC? Well, they're always last, so I can't really do that. You know, but I don't know. I think it's whoever wins that isn't Toyota and makes it a good race. Basically. Because Toyota has like 50 bazillion wins in the last 5 years or whatever, so it's somebody else's time. You know, we had like BMW, we've had Alpine 2024, I think, Fuji. But I mean, Genesis is definitely gonna win one at some point. Cadillac is trying their absolute best to not win a race. I mean, they already have, but Toyota has at least. But they're trying their absolute best to not win. And Peugeot's never going to win anything with that car, because that car's an absolute dog, which is Aston Martin's fault. Regulation change. And the Valkyrie is fun, but it's definitely not going to win anything. It's like running at minimum weight and maximum power, and it's still like at the back. So, with the original team y'all were rooting for at the start, I don't know, nobody really. Started watching because of the Haaland memes. know, like my football knowledge, when it comes to league football and all that, it stops in like 2014. Right? When Germany won the World Cup in 2014, I was like, okay, football's done. You got a bag back there with like the ball from 2010. 2010, 2012, and 2014, I think those 3 balls I have. And the 2010 one is very heavily used. Maybe that BMW motion here. Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of whoever beats Toyota. So yeah. I just want good racing. Yeah. It's like, I wouldn't want the same team to win every race. Yeah, it's like, good equality is everybody has the chance. Everybody has the chance to win, but not everybody does. Right? Because obviously there's always going to be a difference. Like, you know. Hi Joe, how you doing? Well.
You are spelled now, because you're that powerful.
Actually, I don't think I ever showed you my balls on stream.
The balls.
Yeah, I think, okay. Maybe this is the appropriate stream for it. I think I'm gonna show you my balls on stream after this battle.
The ball collector.
I was caring about football so much as fun. Yeah, but it's like you can't really get around it. You know? It was kind of funny because I was talking to a friend recently. I was like, I could basically name, I could still sort of remember where all the players were in 2014. But I have no idea what they were up to since. Like, there was this goalkeeper, right? He was like 300 years old now. He was in one team at 2014, and he transferred in 2015. And since 2015, he's been at the other team. But I had no idea, so I was like, "Oh, it's the guy that plays there." And I was like, "Huh? What?" The guy's the main goalkeeper at Hoffenheim for like 10 years. Good. How did that bounce? How did that bounce? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna show you my balls. They're behind the window, Majiggy.
Into the void for the balls he goes. Procuring the balls from the void.
Okay. So, here's my balls.
Clack, clack.
What? Yeah, it's like...
Clack, clack.
I got these on vacation. Like, you see Croatia on it, right? So from vacation, it's like a game, you know, that you play where... I don't know how it goes, but, like, you do it like this, and then you try to put enough force behind it so they go at the bottom and then at the top, you know? You play with the balls, basically. And they've been hanging up there in the windows for like the last 10 years at least. But yeah. What is this? Thanks. Appreciate it. What's this? Oh. But yeah, I don't know how to... It's like if you hit them hard enough, then they do a flip, and you hit them again at the top. I have no idea how to do that.
The flippy flip.
No idea how to do it. But what? What was that?
Also got balls.
Okay. It's impressive. See, I knew he was in the closet. Yo. Yes. Insane knowledge. What's this? Yeah.
A Val showcase. Yes?
What is that actually?
Those are bowding balls, you know. Those balls you spin in your palm of your hand.
Hmm. That fell. Hello, Glacier, how you doing? Online. I saw you online in game and came.
He saw he came.
Yeah.
Skip one step.
Rephrase that. I don't think he wants to rephrase that. I think that's exactly what he meant. I think it's just me. Full innuendo stream. Oh well, it's fine.
That's the point. That's the intention.
I mean, the whole point of the stream was literally just to make the bowl joke. Because I have no reason to play this game otherwise.
All the better.
I mean, I'm good. If Reforged doesn't go anywhere, I might stream it a couple more times here and there, you know. But yeah. Let's see. How many balls? A good amount of balls. Well, I ideally want 2. At least. No, but what do you think I'm gonna do? I don't know, it depends when Reforged is gonna come out. But I mean, I'm probably not gonna do any more this month, but maybe like 1 or 2 in August, or 1 or 2 in September. We'll see. I don't know anything beyond that because like I don't know what's gonna happen. How it's gonna go. He moved. God damn. Sound effect on purpose. Which one?
Hearing things.
He's got schizophrenia. Maybe the commander has low echo. I don't know. It's echo what I mean. I don't know.
He's hearing things.
I think he sounds the same as always. But yeah, the American guys always sounded a bit muffled. That's just what he sounds like, I think. Hey, RS, how you doing? Welcome. I mean, I thought about making a video about this shit. But obviously I don't have the tank, so I could just like laugh on it from the outside. You know. So well, I was thinking about like just making a video about it though, just laughing about the absurdity of the whole thing. Now, I mean, remember last September, October, I made my 40-something minute shop video. And I said, oh, they're gonna eventually increase the charms to 35, 40, and eventually 50, and look at that. I mean, sure, they did it not like 2 months later with the Type 5 Heavy. They were really fast. What is this? Which button did I hit? I don't know if I hit accept or deny. Oops.
You pressed on accept.
I just clicked. I think I just clicked in the middle.
But I saw you. It was hovering on accept when you clicked on it.
Okay.
So apparently that guy's now in the dead clan now.
I got lucky.
Why not just get in here?
What even is this? I have no idea what that is. I don't know. I think I still had it on my account when it was a test tank, but I never drove those, so like, I don't know. I never really drove the test tanks because it's like, listen, I'm not getting paid, so I'm not doing something that you have quality control engineers for, that should be paid for that properly, to test your shit. Or pay people to do it, right? Because this is capitalism, baby. Money is more important than people. Always has been. If grinding people into a fine powder and selling them on the Chinese market as boner pills would be profitable and legal, people would do it. But they're already doing it with like rhinos and elephants or whatever, right? If people would buy ground down African children as boner pills in China or wherever, they would be sold. So yeah, but if you enjoy playing new tanks for free, no disadvantage. Well, true, but if... The thing is, it's still something that should be properly compensated. Right? Even if people are happy to do it, you know? I mean, there are people out there that are happy to do their job, but they wouldn't do it for free. I mean, there are some people stupid enough. Because, like, there's about, I think, 10% of people that have diagnosable work addiction, like they're addicted to working. You can diagnose that basically, and obviously the CEOs love those people, and a lot of them are the CEOs because they're great standards for everybody else. I mean, sure, they're gonna die of a heart attack at 50 because they work themselves to death, or they're gonna live to 80 and be like, I shouldn't have worked as much, I should have seen my children more, I should have traveled the world more. And I was like, how it is always. You wish you didn't know. You didn't wish that. Trust me. So, it is, like, the whole system that humans have built over the last 800 whatever years is entirely opposed to anything natural or doable. You know, it's like, the thing is, why do you have to be happy when it's weekend? Or, oh, when you're having a holiday, or you're going somewhere else. Like, if your life sucks so much that the only happiness you have is when you don't do what you do 80% of the time, you might kind of build yourself a shitty system there, human. Just saying. You know, I mean, the lion lies in the grass 90% of the time, and, you know, then runs for a bit, then gets mauled by another lion, but that's a different story. But, you know, just chills. But humans like, oh, we gotta produce, we gotta consume. You know, because you don't have enough, you need another car. So, yeah. Because, like, what's the point of building a society when it basically sucks for 99% of people? Well, that's why it exists, because it benefits that 1%, right? I mean, previously it was the landowner, now it's the stock owner. It's fucking everybody else. I mean, it's also landowner as well, but it's like, that's the thing. Because everybody's like, oh, let your money work for you. Newsflash. Money doesn't work. Money doesn't do anything.
Look like someone whose name starts with J.
It's an exchange value. It only
Nice.
has value if you exchange it for something.
Name Jeff. Name Jeff.
His name is Jeff. Yeah, I buy Jeff for money.
He named Jeff.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Yeah. But like, see, money only has value if you have something to exchange it for, because money itself doesn't have value. It's just a intermediary. You know, like one cow is one money, and one money is 2 sheep. So you could directly trade 1 cow for 2 sheep. But if you don't need 2 sheep right now, you take the 1 money, you save the 1 money, and you use the 1 money like 6 months later, and you're gonna buy your 2 sheep with it. But the money itself doesn't have any value. It's just the idea of exchanging it for something. So when you hold on to a lot of money, or like let's say you hold stocks from a company, you know, like let's say you have Nvidia stock. I mean, the stock's only valuable because there's people that buy the stuff, right? That use the stuff, that spend their time doing something else to accumulate money from doing other stuff, and then spend that money on the GPUs, and those GPUs are made by Chinese dudes in fancy little cloaks that cobble them together. But if you wouldn't have those people consuming it and producing it, it wouldn't have any value. So it's always people that are the value. You know, a company that produces nothing and sells nothing has no value. But remember, kids, it's all about the money. You look like someone whose name starts with letter J. James May?
Jeff.
You have value. I mean, there's like a little bit of iron in the human blood, so if you could probably like extract that, and I mean organs tend to have value as well on.
But you don't have enough iron to make a sword, so no.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing, you know. But I mean, if we harvest enough humans, then we can maybe make a sword.
Yeah, but the question was about value.
Yeah, or I mean, if I want to, let's say I want to start a wig business. Right, then the easiest way to get there, to get the raw material, is to have a John Brown farm.
And what are you gonna do with the wigs? Revive the wig party?
Will you wear wigs? Have you on wigs? Maybe. But, I mean, do I have value? Well, in what way? If we're talking about, like, a universal way, I have mass. Therefore, yeah. In a way. But it always depends on how you look at it, or, like, what perspective you use, right? We matter.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah, see? It didn't mean that we're important, because we're not. I mean, crocodiles have been around for like 90 million years, right? World of Tanks Blitz has been around for 12 years, and it's already destroyed way more ecosystems than crocodiles could ever do.
Time to roll out.
I think that's it, right? Eventually, the crocodiles are gonna start becoming sentient, you know? They're gonna be like, you know what? 90 million years. That's pretty nice. Let's do something. Let's do something. And they're gonna like figure out fusion in 2 months. after becoming sentient, because they were like, wait, humans, you didn't know that you just have to pull the thingy through the thingamabob? Ha, dumb. Just pull the thingy through the thing hole, and then fusion works. Yeah, exactly. What is value for you? For me? I mean, so it's subjective. You know, it's like because objectively, there is none. You know, because if you have money but nothing to buy with it, I mean, you can buy an island full of kids.
Hit a tricky in the form of a donation.
Thank you for the $20. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tricky. How you doing? But yeah. I only need about 17 million more of those donations until I can buy my own Epstein Island.
Donate $2. Since you are.
Yeah.
Thanks for $2.
Thank you very much for the 20. Appreciate it. It's like 2 whole gallons of gas, I think. So really appreciate it that you share your wealth with me. What is happening here? Why are they all dead? Gee, mate. Yeah. But that's the thing, you know? Let's say, Trick is giving me $20, and I'm gonna buy 2 kebabs with it. Right? That's the great thing about money, you know? Because if you ship 2 kebabs from the US to here, then they're gonna be quite mushy. But otherwise, it's just an exchange value.
Waterboarded.
What?
You gotta waterboard your kebab?
What do you mean I'm gonna waterboard my kebab?
Well, you say it's gonna get mushy.
I mean, because if it's on a like freight ship for 6 weeks, you know.
Well, it's still getting mushy though.
I mean, it is gonna get like gray and moldy and everything, and I don't know. All the American
aged kebab.
What?
So not only are you getting mushy kebab, you also get aged kebab.
I mean, if it's on like a ship for 6 weeks. But that's the weird thing. You know, in Bavaria, kebab's like mostly chicken and turkey, right? So I don't know why, but there's very few lamb and other types of kebab. It's basically all just. I mean, 90% is turkey, and then the rest is chicken. But yeah, it ain't bad because of that. But you know, most of the time it's like. I mean, there is a kebab place where I live, but I don't really go there too often because like. Is he gonna be dumb? Yep. No, well, he realized it. Just about. Get that kebab out of my face.
You know, I'm gonna ask you now.
What?
Whose impression is that?
I don't know.
Whose impression was that?
We don't know. It's like, no. We don't want no kebabs in this place. This is a white town.
You got the bob and the key. We got key bobs.
Imagine how funny I would be if I would be an alcoholic. But no, it wouldn't really, because alcohol just fucks with my motor functions but leaves my brain alone. So I'm just still me, but way wobblier. So... oh boy. I mean... that's the thing, right? It's like... food is good. But... if you're throwing away, like... billions of cucumbers every year because they're not straight enough... and then there's kids starving in Africa... you know, I mean... those problems could be easily solved. Right? Like this. You know? No deal. That's... like, world hunger is the easiest problem to solve in the world. But it's not done because it's not profitable. Homelessness, you could solve that pretty easily as well, but you don't want it solved because the man with the top hat is gonna be like, listen, worker, you work 70 hours a week, or you land on the street like that guy. It's all about control. Solve my hunger. I have some kebab. Yeah, that's the new duo.
Waiter,
It's no longer...
there's too many keys in my bob.
it's no longer Key and Peele, it's Key and Bob. Oh, Gator, how you doing? Cooked cucumbers, yeah. It's... at the end, it's gonna be like, oh, I can't have them cucumbers crooked. We only need straight cucumbers. If we want straight keys, we need straight cucumbers.
Waiter, may I have some kebab with my straight cumbers? I don't want any of them with crooked cumbers. And may I have that a la key?
These green dildos of deception are made by the devil to confuse our children.
What impression is that now? What impression is that now? This is the one thing that I love about Blitz strips, is that, you know, when it's like sim racing, I have to like focus on not crashing. But in Blitz, it doesn't matter. So this happens. Oh my. Obscure comedy, I guess. The problem is, if I sat down and try to write something, it doesn't work. Like it has to happen organically. Like you need like an anchor to tie it to and then build it on. All right, mate. You do know that this is like the fastest turning heavy in the game. This tank's whole point is that it can outturn all the light tanks. Reload faster. Fuck.
What are we doing?
Sketchy.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna stream Blitz a couple more times, but exclusive for the reason to not talk about Blitz. Right? Exclusively for that reason. Alright. I mean, we live in a world where a bin is running an election against a pile of rubbish. So, there's that. I'm glad to see Blitz collapse. I mean, of course, I'll watch. It's not gonna, I mean, Blitz is not gonna die. It's gonna bleed players. It's gonna keep bleeding players, but it's not gonna just shutter it. I mean, look at World of Warplanes, right? Nobody plays World of Warplanes, but it's still there. So, you know, they haven't shut that down. Because I don't think they're gonna shut down Blitz, even if it has like under 1,000 players on Steam. And I don't know how many players it has gonna be in general. Hold on. There's currently 26,700 online in total. And it's Friday evening. It's only 26,000. It used to be like 40,000, right? At least. And there's an event on as well, right? So it should be more. Because there's an event ongoing. How do I activate this thing, by the way? I gotta... Ah, okay, there it is. Deal 6,000. Oh, I'm gonna get a ball container. Guys, I'm gonna get more balls.
No, get more creams.
Yeah. I mean, Noppy is already in the process of commanding the Finnish army. So we can then use those resources to start our ball cream manufacturing.
Mass-produced ball cream.
Exactly. Weapons grade ball cream. We're gonna sell a specific Russian variant that is very itchy.
Fight with napalm.
Yeah. This Sogu's gonna set your crotch on fire. Don't ask. I don't know.
You need to be studied, and you know that.
Yeah, I know that I'm mentally ill, but I'm still like partially functioning, so... And also, like, Germany just got rid of 1/3 of their psychotherapy capacity. So...
What are you doing with the French, Clestra? Yeah, that's how it goes, Tricky. You should know that. I mean, this the man that completely doesn't care anymore. You can do whatever you want now.
Yeah.
Don't pretend that you have forgotten that $20 donation. You are entitled right now.
Yeah. Alright. Can you play VK168? No. I'm not that insane.
Yeah, so chance Tricky to be kind to Calestra.
Oh, hell no. You do know that if you side scrape, I can, like... almost. Close enough. He got lucky. If you drove, like, back two more centimeters, then I would have had him broadside with Hesh.
Be simmering good, Tricky. Be simmering good.
Oh yeah. By the way, I haven't bought back the SDGs. So. Good. Lol. That'll do it. Ow! There we go. Probably hit the roof. Above average. Well, hell no, it's not. This thing is awful. This thing is terrible. People just can't play this game. Yeah, because people can't play the damn game. But it's like the most boring and uninteresting tank in the whole game. Because all you do is sit in front of people and like just they can do nothing about it. But if they have like a minimal sense of mobility, then they're just gonna drive away from you and then you can do nothing about it. It can't be flanked. Well, it can be, because it's slow as hell. What's the traverse speed on this thing? 37. It's not that good. It is not that good. You're still gonna get flanked. Yeah, but then I have to get rid of the adrenaline.
You need to try the maximum overdrive.
Oh boy. And by the way, there's another storm coming.
I peeped that I'm weather mapped up. Plenty of storms down there. And I'm getting rain tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Not getting Naders there. What? No. We don't. I mean, I basically live in a hole, so it's... Here, it's either nothing or... It's all gone. I mean, there was one in like 1995 or something like that.
Ooh, there's a Wikipedia page for tornado outbreaks in Europe. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The most recent one in Russia,
Of course.
June 22nd.
It is Russia. Oh man.
And I saw it in 2023, there was one in Köln.
I see. But if I was air and I was in Russia, I would want to get the hell out of there too. Alright. I mean, I got, I wouldn't say scarred because at this point, you know, whatever. But I saw it last week, I scrolled through Reddit, and I saw a video, like two guys sitting on like an ATV, and they were driving across the road, and then all of a sudden, the guy behind was filming, and all of a sudden the guy ahead that was driving, his like, upper half was missing, right? It was like, basically, clean diagonal cut through him, and I was like, oh. Thanks, Reddit, for showing me that at 9 in the morning. So...
I don't know why, but I'm very interested in watching tornado videos, and I have one specific video that I like watching every now and then, and that's with the tornado capital of the planet, Moore, Oklahoma.
Yep. Well, that's war, I guess. But yeah. But the guy was like gone. Completely. Filet Russian. You could probably call that. Like that in Dixie Alley, so that's at least a few warnings every seat. Damn. Damn. I got my balls. I got a Brazil bowl. Come on. Why does it have to be a Brazil bowl?
A Brazil.
I mean, if you think about it. I don't remember when Brazil was last good in football. I mean, Germany was 2014. But... I don't know. America was never. But, to their credit, the US is really good in real football. Where the World Cup's gonna be next year. Not this, like, men's stuff, you know. You know, it was kind of funny. You know, like 1971, there was like a giant women's tournament in Mexico. Like, everything fucking packed. And it was a huge success. And then they were like, actually, let's not do that again. So, yeah. Turkey gonna win next World Cup. I mean, World Cup in what? Though, if it's like World Cup of kebab grilling, then probably. Even though there's probably like some French dudes in London that can do it better. Yeah, like London has the best restaurants in the world, and they're all French. Well, allegedly. You know, like those restaurants where like you pay $100 to get something like that big. It's not food, man. What's the point? You're basically paying
That is magnetizers for the balls.
Yeah, it's like you're basically pretending to eat at that point. It is kind of funny though, because like back in the day, the rich would hold huge banquets with like 50 courses and 100 spit buckets, right? So you can consume even more. And now, the most like highly valued dishes are all like tiny portions. It's like complete opposite. It's complete opposite. I mean, it is also kind of the opposite in I wouldn't really say the opposite, but you know, back in the day it was only the church that molested kids, now it's everybody. It's like branching out. But again, it's still about, it's just a thing of control. It's just control. You can break most things down to, well, they want control. Hi, David. YouTube keeps recommending the Wolfenstein London to me. I mean, we could use BJ Blazkowicz in real life now. Or the Doom guy. Just take the Doom guy. Whatever's available. Because they're related.
Or have both, but you need to make a common enemy that both of them want to smash.
Yeah.
But actually, I was thinking, let's not do that, because I have no idea why we even want to make that type of enemy.
I mean, they already exist.
Yeah, but but the literal combination of both.
Yeah, I mean, Musk's trying to do that. He's gonna do like the Tesla kill bots. That if you question Overlord Elon, they're gonna come to your house and take you. You know, you're gonna...
Wait, no, I just realized that's just the most common fantasy of all time. Just take the world's most evil empire and turn them into zombies.
Yeah.
That would be the common enemy of Blazkowicz and these guys.
I mean, there's a U.S. senator. There's a U.S. senator that's already a zombie, so it's like we're already there. You know, it's like every dystopia you can write, we're already in it. You know, 1984 already happening. Minority Report already happening. Judge Dredd almost happening. Will soon. What else do we have? Well, Walking Dead's not quite there yet, even though if you look at most governments, then you could argue that it is very, very much The Walking Dead in there. Idiocracy definitely already happened. It is happening right now. Mad Max, we're about 50 years away from Immortan Joe. Maybe Joe Biden is gonna live that long. Let's see. I don't know. What other dystopia are we already in? That's kind of the problem, right? If somebody can think of it, and it is technically possible, then with enough time, it's going to happen. Because that's time. You know, if something is possible, then it will happen.
Well,
given enough time.
In a case for declining literacy rates, and we also live in Fahrenheit 451.
True. I mean, that's on purpose as well, because if you keep them stupid, and if you keep them occupied, you know, you want them stupid and exhausted, and they're easy to control. Hi. Well, there's an event in Blitz right now where you have to collect balls. And, yeah. Like, country.
Holy fuck! It's actually nobody.
Yeah, it is. He's risen. I don't know.
Were they?
Oh, what name is that? Well, because YouTube changed the way names are displayed, and now you only get the @name because the @name is unique for each account. Because previously you could impersonate people, right, and have like the exact same name. I mean, you still can if you replace it with certain other type characters, but it's sort of allegedly to stop impersonationing. Where's the impersonation, by the way? We hear about it a lot.
Impersonation.
But where is it on the map? Well, we tried to fire heat and he paid for it. How you doing? Got this name when Gmail accounts were still but invite only. Let's see. I mean, my first mail is from 2014, I think.
Don't worry, Tricky. You're still cool.
Yeah. You're one of the cool old
Just
people.
because you are. It's your innate ability to be cool.
Yeah, you're one of the cool old people. It's like, yeah, I
They're
think
cooled.
Yeah, I think
cool
the
people.
current, but I gotta say, like the current old generation is probably like the worst ever because how do you know since basically 1912 that the climate's fucked, but then you're like, you know what? Nah, let the kids deal with it. Let the kids deal with it. Let the kids deal with it. Yeah. And then they're like, the kids, they're all so lazy and they don't want to work anymore and they're always complaining. Mate, that's plastic on my balls. It ain't my fault. Oh, by the way, Tricky, I need to show you my balls. Look. My balls.
I also got balls. I'm smash them too.
Come on. Look. My balls. Right here. My balls. It's like a game thing where like you have to hit them at the top. Like you bounce them until they hit at the top.
Strangely excited.
Ech. Is that Morocco? No, it's Croatia. It's Croatia.
Croatia. I live in Croatia.
I live in Germany. There you know those meditation balls.
Yep,
I
they
live in
are
hell.
indeed.
Valid. Valid.
They are indeed meditation balls. Mine have the Tajitu symbol on them.
Interesting.
Otherwise known as Yin and Yang.
Now, how many spells have you cast with them already? You could like
Yes.
you could like open a shop of like you're telling the future with the sound of the balls. Some people will believe it because literary rates are going down. People are getting dumber. They'll buy anything. Like if you market anything as too conservative these days, they're just gonna gobble it up. Just sell liberal annoying balls. You know, the frequency annoys liberals, and you sell that, and then now you're rich. Now you can buy ball cream. Capitalism, baby. And don't pay your taxes, of course. Because why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's communist. Uh-oh. I'm gonna die. Okay. Why are there 3 people in the company? Most punishment. Oh no. Why is this a tier 9 now? I don't. It's just like. I don't know why they did this. I mean, maybe preparation for tier 11s? Who knows? But yeah. Wait, so are they gonna add the tier 11s to this version of Blades? That'd be funny. Because they basically have to make them twice then for like, no effort.
Pause with liberal tears. I wouldn't want my tears to be incarcerated, thank you.
What is Bizante of 2.8 DPM to rate? I don't know. I mean, they already announced the tier 11s, didn't they? So... Yeah, it's like, I don't know if they're gonna add them to this version of Blitz or because they have to make them twice. And if they add them to this version of Blitz, then Reforge is like over a year away, basically. Because they're not gonna add 20 tanks. Maybe they're just gonna add like 3 tier 11s or something, right? But they're not gonna add all those tanks for less than half a year. So, yeah. I think this game's mega fucked. I mean, I think the Christmas event this year is also going to be very important because if the player count doesn't go up beyond what it was last year, then it's just screwed completely. Completely cooked. Interactive with the game in about 5 years, so well, for the better. Your mental health will thank you. Yeah. I mean, it is just kind of crazy how easy you can manipulate people. Like, all you have to do is tell them what they already believe and attach it to what you want them to believe next. Right? You gotta tie it together. It has to be ridiculous, but not too ridiculous. Me too, bounce it. Gonna play a game or two. Alright. To reduce your mental health state, you're gonna need a doctor's note and call in sick, which in Germany you now won't be able to, because normally it was like you need a doctor's note on the 3rd day. It's like in school as well. In school, if you're sick for 1 or 2 days, you basically just need it signed from your parents if you're under 18. And if you're over, you just sign it yourself. But if you're 3 days or longer, then you need a doctor's note, and that's the way it was in workplaces as well. But now, they want you to need a doctor's note from the 1st day. Because they're morons. So what the doctors are gonna do, they're already overstressed. They're just gonna be like, what do you have? I don't care what you have. Here's a week off. Here's a week. No, next one. Here's a week. Nobody's gonna be like, oh well, actually, I mean, you're only 3 days. Oh, they're just week. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, everybody knows it's going to backfire, but they don't care because they hate everybody that's not a rich hedge fund manager, basically. I have retired. But retired doesn't mean dead. Oh, stupid dumb. How you doing?
Stupid Thomas Bnui.
Nah, I don't want to play that. I don't even want the balls. Like, that's the thing. I would need 19 wins to get the next ball. And we're not gonna get there. Right, so we're gonna get this ball and that'll be it. What is this spot? What in the Badger is this? What is this supposed to be? It's like a Wolverine, no? Yeah, it's a Wolverine, I think. It's like a Wolverine furry in a soccer I don't understand. Yeah, how's it going? To get balls by winning matches. Well, yeah. But you need to win like 100 matches or something to get to the
Lab
final.
Lab trap!
To the final ball. Ooh, that's nice.
Alive! I saw that. I saw a message get deleted real time. Lab trap!
Nice.
Let's see. It was a Mr. Breast, that's usual.
Because actually don't have a team, lol. He's a fucking dog shit, lol. All this team's fucking dog shit. Look at their positioning. Holy shit. They're all still camping in spawn. That's unbelievable. I mean, if the enemy overextend and they're a bit dummies, then this could be funny, but I don't think they're gonna be that dumb. Don't think they're gonna overextend that far. By the way, those like markers at the top, they're not balanced anymore. See how much bigger the triangle is compared to the medium and the light tank marker? I mean, look at how big it is. I don't know, they changed the typeface of it, you know, in a way. So, they're different symbols, but they don't align anymore, right? The heavy and the tankster are much bigger than the medium and the light tank symbol. No, I'm spoiled. God dang it. I'm spatooted. Bunch of gooners back there. They're still just camping in spawn, man. Yeah, they will really want to put us place the fact they have these. Maybe, yeah. You're funny, bruv. You have to reload. Don't even have the hit points to get out. It's kind of the problem now. If those dudes will push. Alright. They're still just gooning in spawn, man. Oh, okay. Moron bingo. Clanless, camoless, clueless. Yeah. Bingo. Bro's just gonna wait. He gotta hit a shot. What do you think of that, chat? He hit a shot. Are you proud of him? Are you proud of Cocksnow_1? question I have is why am I'm sitting here, right? And it's so hot and humid that I'm sweating from literally just sitting here. I hate the heat.
Me too.
Like everything above 22 degrees is just absolute hell. By the way, there's a... I was thinking, because there's a ski pass in Austria, right? And this year would be the last year that I can get it cheaper. I think I'm gonna get that. The problem is I'm gonna have to do 8 days at least to break even, so I'll have to do 11 to make it worth it. That's gonna be interesting, but I think I'll try and get that because I can get it like. This is the last year I could get it discounted. It exists since 2 years ago, so it's like nothing you could have gotten before, but basically you have like 23 whole areas. It's like the American Epic Pass, but it's not shit, right? Because you get your... You get to sit in a heated leather seat with handmade stitching instead of a military grade cardboard. So, yeah, because the shareholders need profit. Remember to service the account, kids. Oh man. You know, this is what like makes me sad, you know, when you watch like old cabaret and like good comedy, not, you know, that. It's all the same things. Like 40 years ago and now, the same problems, same things. If you just exchange the name of the politician that is doing the dumb shit, it's the same dumb shit. Because they've learned that they can get away with dumb shit, because the average voter has the intelligence of a fucking brick. Actually, let's let bricks vote. And the mouse just got exploded. From full HP. That is rare. Fucking Dornwagens, man. Such an annoying thing. And the team's shit, man. They're not even taking the corner. Is that a platoon? We have a Badger, the prime hull down tank in terms of tank destroyers. Like, the tank destroyer that can go hull down all day without being shot at a single time, and he's sitting in the fucking back. Man. Are you gonna let me reload? And he missed. I need more balls. I mean,
creams.
the problem is this event kind of just encourages you to play a high alpha autoloader, rush in, get your XP, die, do the next one. You know, in a way. But yeah. Lol. I've played 122 battles in the last 90 days. That number used to have another digit. Up until some months ago. Yeah, I'm sweating from literally just sitting here and moving my fingers. It's insane. And it's like at night as well.
You have a fan somewhere?
Yeah, over there. But that doesn't... I can't, like... It doesn't reach the part that is sweating. I would have to sit on the fan for it to have an effect.
I currently got mine directed at me. It's blowing cold air into my back.
Yeah, but that's what I'm... I mean, this chair's ruined. Yeah, ever since Iraq sat on it, it started peeling, so it's her fault. Definitely not a coincidence. But I'm gonna have to replace this one eventually, and I'm gonna get one with holes in it, so it can cool the back. I'm gonna see if there's like, you know those like Herman Miller chairs? There's probably a replica somewhere. Like that is as close to patent infringement as they can possibly get. For half the price. I'm gonna get that. Because those are apparently pretty good. Yeah. I need more YouTube money. Actually, I don't. Well, let's see what the other project brings then. If it works, it would be funny. Probably not gonna, but maybe like 3 views. Oh, we'll see. Still don't have a channel name, by the way. No idea. I'm gonna use the the second channel that already has like 800 subs. I'm just gonna repurpose that because I'm not using it anyway. I don't know what I'm gonna call it or what logo I'm gonna use. Maybe I'm just gonna keep the panda. I have no idea. It has to be like unique, but also easily searchable. And be funny. Igor's back there, sitting next to the plant. Right there. The imposter is over there. Imposter Igor. All right. The long-lived I'm just gonna play that. All right. I never tried it. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. It's just got a, like, head. They made a hole here. A hole. Why they changed the map? There's a hole in the map now. Wasn't there before. There's like this dip. It wasn't this deep. I don't even know when they changed that. There's a dip in the map. Something just missed. Okay, the attack is camping, and the T-95 is also camping, because that was a big shell that just impacted next to us there. So... Free damage d'assistance. He's gonna push me now, isn't he? No. He's not gonna push me, actually. Interesting. No. Attacked, got attacked. He's a firework. Now, the question is, what's the next ball gonna be? So we've got one more ball to get in the stream. So what ball
Must be a cream one.
Problem is, if I get a Spain ball, then Argentina's gonna win, so I hope I'm gonna get an Argentina ball. You know, I mean, that clip of like Infantino being mad when Egypt scored the second goal, it's like, it's enough to like not want FIFA's favorite to win. Yeah, then I'm not gonna care about football for the next 4 years again. 'Cause it's like, if they made the pitch a bit small, like here's how I would improve football, right? You make the pitch a bit smaller, right? Like, a lot smaller. So the goals are closer together. And then, what you're going to do is you're going to take a couple of the players off. Right? Because the pitch is now smaller. But then the goals are still too big. And you can make the goals a lot smaller. Right? And then you give everybody a nice stick to hit the ball with. Now the problem is, if the ball's too big, then you got to make the ball smaller. Right? Because otherwise you can't hit it with a stick. Right? But because it's a ball, that's not fun. Right, so you make it not ball shape, but you squish it down, right, and then you make it black, because it's uniform, and then you replace the grass with ice. That's how you make football more interesting. insane. You have Tiger Mouse. I don't know. I mean, I probably had it for testing, but if I didn't get it with luck or something, that I definitely didn't buy it. I remember. It was the 23rd of December, 2023. 1,500 gold. The last purchase I've ever made involved Tanks Blitz. 23rd of December, 2023. It's out of my account, I know I got there. Well, if I have it on my account, then I don't know how I got there either. It's like I said, I haven't spent a single cent on this game since 2023, and it feels amazing. I mean, I wasted a lot of money on shit, like, I don't know, that, but, you know, now I'm out of shit to buy. I'm gonna go travel. Or something like that. Before the world ends. Gotta go somewhere. Like, the interesting thing would be to do, like, the YouTube channel where you talk about interesting things while standing in an interesting place, but you talk about a different thing that has no connection to that place whatsoever. It's like, hey, here's a weird building, and now we talk about something else. You know, like, just zero... 0 point for being there. Oh, that'd be funny. Alright. Let's see. Goodbye. 13, how's your balls? Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna probably next year though. I'm gonna need a new chair and one that has holes at the back. I mean, I recently got a pretty OP backpack, right, that has a, like, basically it's raised against the back so it doesn't actually touch you. I mean, obviously the straps do and all, but they were ventilated as well, so it's a very nice thing to have. Purchase premium. I think I won't. We have another ball. All right, place your bets. What ball is it gonna be? What's the ball of the day?
Get cream balls.
Uruguay. They're not even in it. So this are the choices. I mean, Uruguay won like 2 World Cups at the start. I got a Mexico ball. Not close enough. No, sorry. I pronounced that wrong. I got a Mexico ball. That's how you say it, right? Mexico. Chaffee time.
Chaffee.
Damn. Worst map for the Chaffee. Didn't even know this exists. I haven't been on this map today so far. And then I get into the Chaffee and then I'm on Himmelsdorf. Fucking balls. Did I help that type? Why are they all like... Oh no. Why are they all ball scratching on the outside? Fucking hell. Bunch of gooners. Out there. There we go. Damage donated. What's a Charles?
A 9.
Well, it's dead, so. I hit him straight in the neck. Oh no, I'm gonna.
Oh no, you assassinated Charles.
Oh no, the FBI is gonna bust my door down. Blasphemy. And the saint. That's a joke. The saint of sex offenders. That'd be the perfect job. It is 0. Damn. Zero damage. So that's like a German meme, right? It's like the guy, I don't know, it's like maybe the son or whatever, comes home with like Cola Light, right? And then there's like this old lady that sits on the couch, is like, oh, she wanted Coke Zero, not light, and it's like zero. I wanted zero. It's funny. Age-old German meme. All right. Zero.
Zero.
Well, the Caliban missed me. Glad he did. Nemesis the Reckoner. It's like the it's like the name of the main character in a cringe C-tier movie. Why are they all dead, man? What are they undertaking to be so dead, man? We got a camping cheese back there, holy embarrassment. Ah! Should have kept the last shot for the Kirby.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun. Okay, what do we have? Let's play the ugliest tank in the game. Tsunami after 7.5 magnitude earthquake hits off Mexico coast. Damn. That Mexico ball that I just pulled was so massive that it caused an earthquake. Be nice to be able to see it was born that way, yeah, but I mean, plastic surgery. They're all plastic these days. I'm so plastic, so fantastic. Oh no, that poor Torg. He just got blasteroided. Poor guy, he can't even get across. Barely got across, poor guy. Got absolutely assaulted by those two Emils. They're all down there. If I can bait the Blitz 9000, drive up here. He's gonna get emerald. Yep. This is the difference between a good player and a great player. A good player just plays well. A great player also baits enemies into your teammates, so they can do the dirty work for you as well. How the hell does he hit these hearts? My hand! Where did my shot go? Okay, now go come forward. Ugh. Fucking hell. Just about. It definitely is a choice, but it does work for them. Look at that. Okay, I could get another half-time quest for a ball container. Receive 1 mastery badge of class 3 or higher. I need 6 wins though for that. So we're gonna do some 5v5. Maybe. What tank do I pick for that, though? Something like high...
Fully tank.
Why am I here? That's the half map. Half horse, half man with a half map. God damn it. I know too much about the internet. But the problem is that like, I don't want to know these things. I just actually... I just accidentally remembered them. I see it once or twice, and it's like, oh. Mate, I'm an 850M, don't try that. Fuck you. Yeah, my team does nothing. Put zero pressure on the enemy. Zero. Zero. You know what? Fuck this mod.
I want some zero, please.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is,
I want a specie zero.
I mean, most sugar-free drinks taste like shit, though.
Can't relate because I exclusively drink sugar-free.
Yeah. Fair. There's gonna be a new Prime Minister in the UK on Monday.
Time to roll out.
Probably gonna last like 3 weeks. Let's see if this one's gonna outlast the lettuce.
The wilted lettuce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is kind of embarrassing though. But that's the problem, you know, like the central parties don't work anymore because they're built on the system of capitalism working. And that system doesn't work. So now they're like, oops, what do we do? Try to do more of the same, but the same doesn't work. And here comes the geezer that's like, if immigrant fault actually. I'm literally gonna penetrate you all day long. The problem is I only have 7 more heat rounds. After that it gets a bit iffy. Yeah, Mouse, you can't do that against the 57 heavy, mate. I have 3000 DPM. I was on 600 hit points. Alright. Just gonna have to wait it out, reload, and then pump this guy full of lead. I mean, he probably already is full of lead, but his tank isn't yet, so there needs to be more. Actually, I'm just gonna do this one. Ugh. 1 out of 3. That's kind of embarrassing. Chief is gonna get him. So. Aim. You're not my dad, you can't tell me what to do. Ow. What the heck is a Lich Lord, by the way? How many balls are you rich in balls? Well, I think I have 4 balls now, but none of them are good. Got the England ball, but I don't get... Does the 3rd place ball get gold? I think it's only the winner 2 balls get gold. I think only the 2 winning balls get gold. I have 4. Mexico, USA, England, and I don't know. Could have been too funny. No. He move. That's my 4th ball. Ha! Eat the bounce. Get forked. 4.4. It's my other ball. Mexico. Oh, Brazil. These are my 4 balls.
Bowl.
I would need 5 more wins to get, and then do the halftime quest, which is a 3rd class or higher, which is pretty easy to do. Aha! Got wrecked for it. GG. He got wrecked for it completely. Nah, I'm not interested. Now I'm interested. Ha! It's always the same. You just gotta make them. People got goldfish memory. They just forget. It's the same in CS:GO. You know, if you like wait behind a corner for 15 seconds, it just stop checking you.
Pikachu.
Pikachu. Pika pika Pikachu choo.
Got the balls, Pikachu, you get the creams. Plural. You get the plural creams. That's how we roll.
You're rolling with the ball creams. Come on! Push this geezer. I don't know if I've ever used that word on the stream before. Maybe I have. So both give gold. Okay, so just like nothing. Shoot. Let's go. Oh man, my cream is plentiful. Let's see. In England, technically speaking, one of five since that news. I'm sure the political message thing should be suspended. Actually happened though. Of course it won't happen. I mean, the players should be suspended, yeah. Like all the players that held the banner and stood with it get suspended, and then they have to like play with the rest of the players that are left over. I don't care if it's not 11. It's their problem.
But Pikachu, there be creams in them balls.
Okay. Yeah. We'll just have like the spare goalkeeper, and that's it. And the spare goalkeeper is gonna just stand there for 90 minutes. I don't care. I would do it. Are you from Ukraine? What? I don't know why, but I played a couple of CS matches this week because there's a new season, and I'm just you know, you need 25 wins to collect the badge, so I'll have like 4 months to do that. I'm just gonna collect the badge because whatever. I played 4 or 5 matches, and in 2 of them, I had like the most despicable British people I've ever come across. Like, truly insane people. So I don't know. Maybe they put something in the water there to make them go mad. Because normally it's like just Russians that are terrible. I mean, it's like when you hear, it's like the Russians that speak English are most of the time fine, but the Russians that try to only speak Russian, those are like terrible all the time, every time. Yeah, because either they don't stop talking or they just start trolling when you tell them to shut the fuck up because they're trying to play. So, eventually, a couple of, years ago at this point, started to just, whenever I hear Russian, just auto-mute. I can just mute them instantly. It's like, nope, you're out. It could be Ukrainian, but it's very rare. Most of the Ukrainians can speak English, so they don't. Hit you with cheeky breaky idi nahuy. I'm surprised there's even any Russians of like Counter-Strike playing age left. Right, because they should have all gone to the front and fight with real weapons for like 10 minutes before they get blasted by a drone. Yeah, like the average survival time is like 30 minutes. For those dudes. I mean, being a spare goalkeeper is a different type of cuckoldry. That is true. But it's like the best job in the world, probably, because you just sit there and you get paid a shitload of money to do nothing. I mean, you don't really get paid a shitload of money. You probably get like paid like 200, 300k a year just to like sit on the bench and do nothing. I mean, obviously, if you really love playing football and you want to play, then that's terrible. But if you're like, it's a paycheck, then it's a great job. Because you have to do nothing. Sure, you have to practice and train and all that, but it's especially terrible if you're like a main goalkeeper that's like one of the top 10 in the world, you know? Like you got Neuer or Casillas or Buffon or what? See, my knowledge stops 2014. Like apparently
yeah, you said so.
Apparently the Argentinian guy now is pretty. I mean, Neuer is still there. He's old. But apparently the Argentinian guy is still there. I remember Lloris, I have no idea who the current French one is. But you know, if you have like a top 10 goalkeeper in the world as your first goalkeeper and you're the second goalkeeper, you basically know that your entire career you're just gonna sit on the bench and you're never gonna play a single match unless the guy's injured. Right? It's like a friendly game until against the third junior squad of the Uzbek national team. 13, why does Marty look like a TikToker e-boy? What the fuck are you saying, you? What are you saying, bruv?
Why is Marty looking like a TikToker e-boy? I never thought of it that way, but I think you're onto something.
I'm going to find you. I'm going to locate your fridge. And then I'm going to put some open surströmming upside down into the top drawer of your fridge.
Hey Pikachu, how about you present your case if the floor is open? I am now intrigued as to why you arrived at that conclusion.
I am the fridge. Okay.
He is the one that fridges.
I mean, true. I still have like nothing. You know, it's like still got nothing. So no fridge me yet.
Not into E-boys.
What the fuck does that even mean, you?
But still, though, you're onto something.
Bunch of. Thank you so P&E today. Okay. Well, I don't need aces though. I need like 4 more wins, 3 more wins. I was like, what do you mean? It's like it's like nothing. It's like nothing, bruv.
Bears!
Hello, bears. I'm a freaking.
I remember something that I had to tell you this, Bears, but
I'm a
Marty
friggin'
will
stick.
not be restoring the STG.
I'm like a friggin' stick, you know, I'll get blown away in the wind. I haven't, but yeah, I mean, Reforged didn't happen, so you know, might as well. You have Ace Quest for balls? No, not yet. I need 3 more. I need 2 more wins for the Ace Quest for the ball, and then I need to do. Well, it's not an Ace Quest; it's a 3rd class quest. Because I have played precisely 1 battle in the last 2 months, pretty much. I've done nothing really, because I mean, I'm trying to do as little as possible to have my hands at least work a bit. You know. And play the STG. Well, I don't have the STG anymore.
Restore.
No.
Restore.
No.
Restore.
No.
Restore.
No.
Restore. He's gotta restore it. We won, guys.
No, I'm not gonna restore it.
Restore it.
No.
Restore it.
No, I can't.
Restore it.
I can't.
Restore it.
No, I can't restore it.
Yes, you can restore it. Restore
No.
it. Yes, you can.
No.
Yes, you
I
can.
cannot.
You can restore it.
No.
Yes, you can.
You're like Obama or what?
Restore it.
Back from the giveaway last 2 months.
Hello.
Well, same
Hello,
here.
Americans. It is I, your former President Obama speaking, and I think that Motivator should restore the SCG. Over and out. Obama out.
You can whore yourself for me. No, I'm not. I'm not. You can only pay me in dick. Like Danish krona, DKK. I only accept dick.
Missed opportunity to ask for dong.
Yeah, but I'm not Vietnamese.
Then what makes you Danish?
I mean, was there once.
Restore the SCG.
I've been there, like physically, so that's like enough. If I donate, do you restore? No.
Restore it.
No.
Restore the SCG.
I cannot restore the STG.
Restore the SCG.
Truth E-boy. I don't do that. I have principles and morals and ideas. I am a free man. I am a free man.
Gordon Freeman.
I was waiting for you to say that. Get back in the game. I was at 2 plates for ribs. Which kind of plates? The 0.5? The 0.5 plate? What's this? But yeah, Pikachu, you go gym. You go gym. Otherwise, you do gym. Otherwise, gym do you.
Jim from the office.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna attack you from the front. Haven't watched The Office. I know like 3 clips.
I need to watch it too.
Yeah. Putin's approval rating says biggest weekly drop since 2022. Oh, so it dropped from 100% to 112%. I can't bench 80 kilos right now when I'm in 120 incline. Because you're old. Because you're old, man. Because you're old.
He's turning to a Raichu.
20 kilos, man, strong. Yeah. I'll do burger. Now, question.
Burger unit.
Now, what are you doing with have you done or do you do dumbbells? Like not the bar, but have you done dumbbells? Bench. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I want to know how weak and useless I am. 7-ish. Here, Pikachu. It's like, or both. I don't know. Cause I'm reaching the point where I'm like, can't get the damn thins up anymore. Dude, like, the repositioning required is no no longer practical. Alright. Because like the thing is, the problem is like the only gym where I live is like a fucking CrossFit gym, right? So they got like these thingies, you know, instead of actual stuff. So there's like I gotta build and buy it myself. And it's better anyway because there's no sweaty people around. And that place is there's only old ladies anyway, so no like jacked hot dudes to stare at. 40s. Okay. Question, how the fuck do you get them up? You know? How the like 40 each side, right? How the fuck do you like when you have them here, like how do you like you know? Because I brought it out of fucking like leverage. Because eventually I'm gonna start swinging and then I'm gonna hit them into my face. But yeah. Yeah, watch the chest. Yeah, but I get that part, but it's like when I'm there, I don't get them to the outside without. You know, like the 28 is about the max I can get into that position. But what the fuck do I do with 12 reps of that all the time? Or more. Probably goes more. Haven't tried though. Oh. Welcome back, Tricky. Bears have,
Tricky.
I don't think Bears has seen my balls yet. Bears, do you want to see my balls?
Oh. In that case, it's time again for mine. Pikachu also got to be done.
Yeah. Border with you, I wouldn't risk back into getting up. Yeah, see that's the problem, right? Because I'm not gonna do something. I'm not gonna get into injury territory. You know, that's not bothered with that, but you know, yeah. I don't know people strong enough to do that. At least here. Oh well, I'll figure something out. I'm gonna get one of these, like, not choke yourself to death thingies. That should be fine.
Not choke yourself to death things.
No, but it's like basically what I do is like I know the price of the gym membership, right? And then I use that as a basis of, you know, home gym. But there is no gym here. I don't have a gym. I'd have to drive half an hour to one. So, like I said, there's like a CrossFit gym, but it doesn't have like, it's like just these weird, like fucking cross trainers and whatever. And like, no actual good stuff. They probably don't even have 30s dumbbells. I got my shoulder better, start doing push-ups and then hang pull-ups. Keep them weights for now, I'm good. Yeah, but the problem is I can't do any, like, pulling stuff. Really. Because that's broken. Right? As soon as I have to use the fingers, the part, you know, because if I have it laying in here, right, it doesn't matter because it doesn't bother the fingers. But if I'm trying to do pull-ups or something, you know, I have to use the fingers to... Yeah, that's not pleasant. I think that... I mean, I know what the medical term for it is, but I think the medical term for it should be shit's fucked. Basically. That's the easy explanation. Because I don't know what it is in English. I have no idea. Don't Google that. Wait, the record.
Your final question.
I can do the Nemesis draw right now. It expires in 7 minutes. Should I do the Nemesis draw? I'm at the gym, but it's 2 a.m. when I'm there. Why are you at the gym at 2 a.m.? And what gym has open at 2 a.m.? Can't hammer curl 40s to my chest. Do 35 kilo dumbbells, no spotter because it's too early for others. Just lean them against my chest and lay back. Yeah, but it's like, my problem is that like getting them from here to out there, you know, like, that's like, you know, because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna do this, and the wood floor isn't cheap. I can't dump them. Kind of a hole in the damn floor. I'm gonna have to like set up the other. Do you work at Gold's? Oh, I could go for that trash. Do you want? Yo, beefy gent inspiring me.
But Calestra, look at how many gold he has to use. He has agency.
The problem is I can't fucking do legs. They're already too big. Right? I do not work in regular pants. And I don't even do legs. They're already too fucking big. It ain't fat, unfortunately. I don't know what the fuck's going on down there.
Down there.
Yeah. I wish the two legs would be a little bit thinner and the third leg a bit...
The third leg. The third leg.
I mean, I'd be down for that. I had a 24/7 message of his ass. Yeah, I mean, I have two, but they're like 20 kilometers away, right? So like... I'm not gonna just like drive half an hour just to think... And then pay $30 a month or something. So that what I did, you know, and like 2 years ago, it's just like I put away 30 each month, and then whenever I fill up the next item, I get it with those 30. So it's a pretty simple way, I think. Makes sense, and I end up with having the stuff at the end, so having to subscribe to it forever. Playing about to make on the drive to the gym. Yeah? Of course I am. Why would I do that? It's like 18 minutes there and back, wasted. It's actually more because it's in the other side of the city that I have to get into. I have to go around the back. Drive 20. What? But you're American. It's like
I'm Birmingham.
I have standards. And, you know, like I said, if I just put the money aside that the membership would cost and buy stuff with it myself, then in the end I'll own the stuff and I won't have to pay perpetually. It's like... Obviously, overconsumption isn't great, you know, but it's just this subscription models must suck. And a lot of people suck that destroy stuff. You know, it would be a lot better, you know, if you have like every city has like a lawnmower shack, and you just borrow one, mow your lawn, and put it back. So not every fucking person has to buy a lawnmower, right? Or you have like a giant tools closet in each city or whatever. And, but no, it doesn't work because people just break it. But it would be much better than everybody buying their own shit, of course. But, Alright. Bowl time. Receive 1 mastery badge, class 3 or higher. Somebody said T25 pilot, so... I mean, I would have normally, if I wanted to collect aces, I'd do type 61, but let's try the pilot. Let's try the piloto. 20 miles. Yeah, but why would you do that? Like, okay. Calculate how much the gym membership is and how much it costs and how much of a free... If you have a free room somewhere that you don't need, then, you know, it makes more sense for me at least. I mean, it depends. If you need like 200 kilos, then, you know, you're so close to achieving socialism with that mindset. I mean, it's a better system than what we have now. You know, it's much better. Oh, home gym also. Well, then in that case, well, the wood thing, right? That counts as it. But yeah, have a good one. See ya. Gym's only $28 a month. Yeah, mine is. It would be $30 a month, and I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. Socialism is better. Yeah, of course it is. But because it's better, people hate it. Because the people that would not benefit from our current system being broken wouldn't manipulate the population into believing capitalism. It's, again, 40-year-old cabaret text right here. That the point is that the 20% assholes tell the 80% that get fucked over that they, if they work hard enough, can one day also belong to the 20% assholes. Like, if you work hard enough, you can become from exploited to exploiter. If... Yes, Bears, that is exactly the problem, right? Because that's what... Communism doesn't work, because you would need, for socialism to work, you would need a society of socialists. And that doesn't exist. Because you always have 15% assholes. Okay, well, it's not really socialism. It's because, like, with their like giant oil fund, basically, like they sold everybody else oil and invested that oil into basically everything. Like Norway owns 10% of everything, basically, and their giant sovereign wealth fund, which is, you know, a capitalist tool, basically, is used to fund all the social programs, right? They're basically using capitalism to do socialism. You know, that they're scamming everybody else by selling them overpriced oil, and from that oil money, they invest it into stocks, and then those stock returns they use to buy electric cars with, and fund their health system and the retirement system and everything. Norway has more billionaires per inhabitants than the US. Right? Norway is better at capitalism than the US is. Because they're using capitalism to do socialism. The US is also using capitalism to do socialism, but they're doing it the other way around, right? Where Norway is taking the money, right? They're earning it and they're putting it into the bottom, right? They're shoving it to the bottom of their society and propping it up. You know, their prisons run well. Their healthcare runs well. Their poor people are taken care of, right? They shove it into the bottom to, like, punch it up. What the US does is they take that money and refeed it to the top. You know, they bail out the banks, they bail out the big corporations, they bail out the billionaires when they gamble and lose, right? That's what they're doing, right? If you take that system and you recover the money at the top and shove it back into the bottom, then it works. But they don't do that. I have a ball. You know, that's the problem. Like, capitalism itself isn't the problem. The people are the problem, right? Because even if you have a communist society, like, look at the Soviet Union. Sure, it wasn't communist, but whatever. It doesn't really matter if they're called highest leader of the Soviet Socialist Republic's party, or if they're called president. If they're corrupt and shite, they're gonna do the same. If capitalism with the world means I can provide for my country's people like a socialism, then it's a bad situation. Exactly. I mean, Norway's doing it right. They know they can't get rid of capitalism. So, they're maximizing its use and then investing it into good stuff. I mean, it's not even socialism, basically. It's just being good people. You know? I mean, there's this thing, democratic socialism. Nobody's ever tried that. That is a system that might work, but it also depends on the people running it and the people involved in it. You know? But it's like... I mean, if we could maybe even start off with ethical capitalism first off, that would already be maybe a start, you know, in the correct decision. I mean, yeah, having social program does not make me socialism, of course. India's a democratic socialist country. Well, it ain't. But it says it is, but... Try to tell Jimbo that, because Jimbo was told by Fox News that his fat ass, who doesn't have a degree, who has more Budweisers than brain cells, that he's better than that guy that lives down the street who's a different color. Don't insult me, Fire Guy. How you doing?
That's rude. Fire the guy.
It's like rude, man.
X1X.
Yeah. That's like
Or as you, Marty, have called them for a long time, F1.
yeah. That's like seeing Anthony Bourdain on the street and being like, "Hey, Epstein looks good." By the way, there's this like Republican conspiracy because like Obama, like, you know, Anthony Bourdain does like these sit-down food talks, right? And he did one with Obama, and there's like a right-wing conspiracy that like that's it. Epstein with Obama. Because yeah. There is no bottom to the stability of people. It is every single need of the people are fulfilled by the government, or at least before 2014. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's like it's quite simple, right? Everybody should have the right to food, to housing, and to safety. Right? To like not be randomly bombed. Or to like not randomly lose your house. I mean, sure, let's include clothes with that, you know, of course. But that's not really not really an issue. But the thing is, it's all most of the time it's like done wrong as well. Like Africa, for example. All that food aid, it's bullshit. It's bad. Right? Because what happens when you ship shitloads of food to Africa? That's cheap and expendable, right? Well, the farmers down there, the agriculture there, collapses. They're gonna forever need to import that food, right? If you instead give them plows, hoes, tractors, fertilizers, they can do that shit themselves. I mean, sure, some parts of Africa, terrible farming, but the parts that are good for farming in Africa could do the farming and then sell it to the other parts of Africa that aren't so good at farming. But instead, if you do the food aid, it's the same with clothing, right? There's a, what was that? I think it was Senegal, right? Where they had a shoe factory in a town. And, you know, they were making their own shoes. It's a small factory, you know, like 30 people. Then, a couple of containers of shoes showed up. You know, like 8. What happened? The people took those shoes. Didn't buy the local shoes from the shoe factory. Shoe factory closed. Shoe container ran out. No more shoes. But that's on purpose as well. That is on purpose because, I mean, Africa's always like, they go in, extract the resource, and give them shit. You know, imagine that African mine worker. Imagine if that child, whose brother has to extract the copper out of the ground with sandals and a safety t-shirt, right? If that child, who has to now burn computers to recycle the copper, right, would have European wages, European working requirements, and European safety standards, how the fuck much do you think a computer will cost? It's all exploitation. It's exploitation all the way around. Can't wait to hear in 5-6 years or so that Russia knew where that white guy was in Ukraine. What do you mean? What white guy? There's a lot of white guys in Ukraine. That tends to be the case in Ukraine. But, I mean, I think the only thing Russia knows is that they don't know anything. And they know where the next vodka bottle is. Like, fuck me. I always say there's at least 15% idiots and then everybody else is like malleable. But I think in Russia it's the opposite. There's 50% that are not idiots. And that ain't their fault. Because if you had to be, like, if basically every single revolution, every single thing that happened made everything worse, then probably it would be such a good mood either. You know, you would try to like, at least to Russia's credit, They're only invading their neighbors, right? Well, what is worse? Only invading your neighbors or only invading people that aren't your neighbors? Because the US hasn't invaded Mexico in like, what, 200 years? Yeah, they're only invading other places. So, I don't know, what's worse? Only invading your neighbors or invading everybody except your neighbors?
Selective invasion.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that, see, I'm surprised the US hasn't invaded Norway yet. You know? You would tell me there's white guys in a white country. Well, no, there's no white people anymore. They're all white people are banned now. I mean, see, here's the one thing that I never understand. I mean, obviously, far-right conspiracy makes no sense. But if I was a like far-right conspiracy idiot, wouldn't I want to stop climate change at all costs? Right? Because if I don't want Arabs in my country, why would I let my country heat up to the perfect living conditions of Arabs? You know, they're acclimatized to it. They're fine with it. You're not. It's like, I mean, sure, it makes no sense, but if you hated foreigners and you don't want foreigners to come to your country, why would you create the perfect conditions for them to live in your country? You know? I think anyone's fine by himself. Well, no, of course not, but... It just doesn't make any sense. Like, nothing ever makes sense. Ever. It's like... Why? Just why? Well, I would need 7 more wins to do. Should I try for 7 more wins? But yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make it. It just makes no sense. Like, why? Why are people this this easily convinced of something so obviously untrue? You know, like if it were like actually well-crafted conspiracies and like well thought out manipulations, like a magic trick, then you could kind of make sense of it, right? But are people really this simple to fall? Well, yes, but yeah. I don't think anyone's fine betting against that. Well, no, but you know, if you I think the best way would just like declare everything in the Kingdom of Norway, and then be done with it. Because I mean, the Norwegian king and all they're just mascots, basically. You know, like they're very expensive mascots, but you know, whatever. It's like a sports team, you know. You've got a mascot in your sports team. That's fine.
If we were to do this, would we proclaim Haaland to be supreme leader?
Yes. No, he's gonna be the Minister of Sport.
Why limit him to that when he can be supreme leader? All hail Haaland.
How much time should I give Solo in early 2000s? Let me say DNA so that's is equal and similar to yes. Well, that probably didn't exist, first of all. Yeah, that's what happens when you get far-right governments. It doesn't like that's the fun thing, you know, about the whole idea of conservatism. It cannot physically, biologically, chemically cannot ever work, right? you can retain certain things you've developed, of course, right? But you cannot ever keep anything the same, ever. Nothing will ever stay the same as it is. Entropy will fuck you in the ass before you even blink. Right? But it's like this fear of change. Right? Because you don't understand what's going on. And because you don't understand what's going on, you don't want it to change, because maybe if it stays the same, you'll eventually understand. I don't know, but yeah. It's like, how isn't it immediately obvious that it's a load of bullshit? You know, if you're like, hey, every year we grill sausages on the 7th of September. We should continue to do that. Nothing's got anything against that. That's great. Conserve that. You know, but
I love grilling sausages.
yeah, exactly. But then if you're like, oh, well, some people would like some vegan sausage as well. So next to the meat, next to the murder sausages, you can put some vegan sausage as well. Why not? Whoever, it's sausages. But they're like, just shut up.
But if it tastes good, I will absolutely accept it.
Yeah.
Even if I don't find it tasty, I will absolutely grill it up if you find it tasty.
Make it illegal for 65-year-olds. Well, yeah, I would do two things. Well, I wouldn't do 65. I'd probably do 70. But basically, I would do two things. You cannot vote after 70, and you cannot be elected again after 65. Right? That if you're 65 at the time of the election, like you can, like, if you have a 4-year term, you can go 65 to 69, but then you can't ever run again. It's like the maximum I would put on it. You know, that's like something for local elections, for example. You know, it doesn't really matter if the mayor of a 5,000 people place is like 50 or 65. Doesn't really matter. But you don't want your chancellor to be like over 60, because it is measurable that, especially over 60, the brain slows down. You start to become more averse to change. Start to become slower at adaptation. Basically, it's like your decline, like the human decline isn't like linear. It's like slow till 60 and then if you don't maintain yourself. Make it age-based. Shouldn't they be qualified to even run? Well, that as well, yes. But no 80-year-old is ever qualified to run a country, because you don't have the mental thought, the mental ability anymore to do that, right? Because it just simply, you cannot defeat time, right? I mean, I wouldn't even want like Bernie or something to be president right now, at his age. Right? He's still there, but I wouldn't want anybody over, because you need new perspectives as well, right? You can't, because look at the people now that are in power that are over 70. They're living like it's 1990 or 60 even most of the time. You know, it's like you need new perspectives. You can't let the past decide the future, because if you get the past to decide the future, then there is no future. Because here's the thing, it's like, oh, with wisdom comes age. No, if you're young stupid, you're gonna probably be stupid old as well. There's exactly as many stupid old people as there are stupid young people. You know, you don't suddenly become more intelligent when you're older. You know? So, you know, it's like, if you can't drive a forklift anymore, you shouldn't be making decisions about the future of a country, especially a future that you don't live in. That's the most important part as well. You know, it's like that old saying, is like a society, what is it? A society flourishes if old men plant trees whose shade they will never sit under. Right? That's the thing. If that old man plants a tree for the next generation so they can sit in the shade.
Have a good one, Pikachu.
Have a good one, Pikachu. Right? If they do that. But if the old man cuts down the tree and it's like, fuck you, my tree, then you will have no next generation, because they're going to be boiling in the sun. And that's what's happening now. You know, the previous generations, they fucked the planet to unmeasurable degree, and now they're still clinging on to power. Be like, we gotta fuck it some more. We're not done yet. We're not done destroying the planet. We gotta blast more CO2. You know, the effects of CO2 on the atmosphere are well studied since the 60s and known since the 1910s, and basically that CO2 makes stuff warmer is known since 1850. So, you know, it's not like they didn't know. You know, everybody that was in power between 1940 and 1980 is basically guilty of planet murder. That's where we had, you know, Thatcher, Reagan, Kohl, the times when something could have been properly done to put Earth on a good path, or put humanity on a good path, but instead, we chose the whole. We chose the whole. The misery. The suffering. Because people elected those people and chose those people instead of somebody competent. Somebody that, I don't know, would have listened to scientists, would have cared about the future, would have used common sense. But no. No, can't do that. Because that's the time as well when the slave owners decided to try and bring back power to themselves, right? Because you had 50s, 60s, you know, pretty high tax rates, massive growth, pretty good living for most people, right? But then 70s, 80s, the oligarchs started crawling back out and be like, guys, I have money, by the way. I can buy a politician. If I buy the politician is going to make the law that I want him to make. And if I buy the politician and that politician makes a law that allows me to make more money by exploiting more workers, by ignoring regulations like environmental regulations or whatever, you know, weakening environmental agency, whatever. If I can do that, then I can make more money. If I can make more money, I can buy more politicians that make more laws to do what I want them to. Whoop, 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 whoop. And now we're fucked. So yeah. It's basically, you have two options. It's like cancer, basically. Like far-right policies are like cancer. Either you beat the cancer, or the cancer beats you and itself. Because it can't win, right? A organism whose entire existence lives of the destruction of the organism it relies on to exist can never win, right? Because either the organism kills the cancer, or the cancer destroys itself by taking out its host, basically. So that's never gonna work, you know? It can't work. But, well, people vote for the cancer, so here we are. Here we are. 65 with no election sounds perfect. No, actually, 100% applied organs. Justice, of course. I mean, any lifetime appointment position. Yeah, of course. Lifetime. Well, unless it's like ceremonial roles, you know? Like mascot kings. Norwegian king or whatever. If they're purely mascot kings, whatever, point them, have them run around, let them wear their little hat, whatever, I don't care. I have not gotten the 5th ball yet, no. What the fuck, man? I stopped, but the car kept going. Yeah, I haven't gotten the 5th ball yet. But, you know, it's like, you can explain that all you want, and that's why I kind of don't want to bother. Because you can explain that all you want, but it's... The people that know already know, and the people that won't listen, they're basically like... You'd have to first break them. Like, you'd have to break their entire methods of thinking to get something out of there. Hello, Terminator. How you doing? Yeah, that's kind of the problem, you know, because if you raise a human wrong as a joke, it's gonna keep going, you know? It's gonna keep going. I mean, let's look at Germany, right? 1960. 50% Conservative Party, 45% SPD, Social Democratic Party. 50, 45. Still now. But now, the Conservative Party is split in Nazis and CDU, so Nazis and corruption, and then the 45% that was previously Social Democratic is now split between 3. So, but it's still the same shit. Of percent. Pretty much. It's just that the extremes have gotten bigger because the middle is useless. It doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. But yeah. Because obviously, like, if it's going great, then, you know, you can do whatever. You can screw up as much as you want to when it's going great, right? When the population is growing. You can screw up as much as you want. It doesn't really matter. But, eventually, it's not gonna do that anymore. And then you got a problem. And you can't dick about anymore. They will still do that because they can't do anything else. That's the problems of moderate. They're not gonna do anything. They ain't doing shit. They're like, actually, I need another cocktail. What ball am I gonna get? 13 as the next, as the final ball.
The one with the most cream.
Yeah, but what country has the most cream of the 16 that are in the draw?
You better get the Superreich Poland.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Clippy?
Yeah, I mean that is sad though, you know, like we have Norway, we have Finland as like better examples of how to run a society, but then the German government's like, you know what, we're gonna do America instead, which is like the worst example of how to run a society. I read something.
Right, clip it. Here's what he must get. He must just get Poland himself.
Yeah, I need that. You know what? I read something very disturbing that I think probably tells it better than anything else. The way you can tell the decline is that the grammar in terrorists' manifestos is getting worse. That's when it gets terrible. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen you. Lol. Definitely not like this guy hasn't been here for like the last 5 years. Lol. You flow, Clubby.
Tricky is absolutely super duper new here. He just arrived. He's materialized.
He joined 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, he materialized 2 minutes ago.
The universe was created last Thursday. I guess the universe was created yesterday.
Yeah. The universe was created last Thursday, and it was Tricky who did that.
Exactly.
He tossed another tornado at Moore, and that's how the universe was formed.
Indeed. And it went into like 2 years.
Ain't that right, Tricky? Is that account accurate?
True.
Damn straight. Hell yeah, brother!
Alright. You know, like, the whole world's fucked up, you know? It's like basically how there's a certain country that uses the completely wrong units because the standard got lost on the way. Or like, you know, like the one Swedish ship, it's called the Vasa, where like the king was like, I want the ship built like this, and then it sank because he didn't have a clue what the fuck he's doing. And then yeah, what is this, 7-8 million in Germany is 10 times that. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the same systems don't work on in a bigger scale if you want them to work.
You should have given a more accurate account because
But the
the
problem
ship
is,
was hipped on its side.
the
It was
more
way too tall.
the more people, the more points of failure, right? When you have like somebody like Frank Gotthard, who's a... Is he gonna sue me if I call him a Nazi? I don't know. But yeah, so who basically owns a very far right portal called News, like N-I-U-S, see, they can't spell.
Yeah, Metallica!
They call it News, and it's basically just like bullshit propaganda. And it loses millions every year, but you know, if you shove it into the heads of the people, now if you consume that media for years, it's too late. It's just too late. You know, it's like you're not gonna be like let yourself be filled with garbage for 25 years and then be like, you know what? I'm a pretty big idiot. Ah! Another lame one who debated college students. Yeah, well, isn't that the one? Interact with you over social media app that bans people to talk ill thing. Yeah, it's like, Jesus. Isn't it called live by the sword, die by the sword? You know, if you advocate for the misery of others, then don't complain if it comes to you. That's the problem. The human hubris is probably larger than any other species on the planet. There's always two groups. One that's allowed to do whatever they want and doesn't have any obligations, and the one that has all the obligations isn't allowed to do anything. I mean, at least now you're allowed to use things like Google and LinkedIn to choose who enslaves you and takes away your value. Because there is no such thing as fair pay. Because you're never gonna get what you're worth in this system. Ever. Unless you employ yourself and like start your own company and then start scamming other people. You know, like, I did luck. Congratulations.
Hospital.
The machinery becomes false martyrdom should be studied. Well, it should be, but it's quite uninteresting, to be honest. It's people that are the system complaining about the system. So, you know, it's like how the poorest of people, in a lot of cases, are like the least educated of people most of the time, vote against their own interest. Right? Not because they're terrible people. Some of them are, not most of them aren't. But because they're easy to manipulate. Right? Easy to abuse. If you have no emotional intelligence, you can be very easily manipulated. And the thing is, if you're at the bottom of society, right? And then a guy comes along and, you know, your natural instincts will be like, will be there, they do exist. And then some other guy comes along, has a slightly different skin color, speaks a bit funny, and he's a doctor, and you're not. You're gonna be like, how dare that guy be a doctor? And I couldn't be a doctor, but that guy, you know, that's the problem. Because all those isms are unfortunately a thing of nature that you would have to actively work against by education, community, all that stuff. But why would you want that? When like 5 people can own everything and control everybody else and to keep it that way, because those 5 people just buy the politicians and buy the legislatures, right? To keep it that way. So, you know, and then you just have that. You just still have like school systems from the 1800s. You know, homework has no learning value. None. Zero. There's hundreds of studies, hundreds of evaluations. Homework has no... I don't know what the English word is for like the child education word. I don't know.
Child education? What are you looking for? Pedagogical?
That one. Okay, it's the same as in German. Basically. So that. It has no pedagogical value whatsoever. None. Homework doesn't have... literally. It has less value than, get this, home visits from teachers. That has more... That would have more impact on positive learning than homework.
Let's go.
That's... But, why do you give homework? Why does the system encourage giving kids homework? Ask yourself one thing. What does it do? Not what is it, but what does it do? What does it do? Why do you give homework to kids? Chat. Think about it. Because there is a very easy answer to it. Alright. That freaking camper in the back. God damn it. That's absolutely been an example of that. Complete unable to believe Fox is fake. Yeah, exactly. It's like that, you know, because if you've... It's probably the most stupid thing, like hating other people just because they're different skin tone, like the shoes. No, that is... the funny thing is, that is, unfortunately, the most natural of isms, because the thing is, previously, when we're, like, people were still, like, having fires and being in tribes and all that, right? It's sort of defense mechanism against unfriendlies, right? Because if a guy looks different, talks different, you know, you don't really know, is he a friend, is he an enemy? So you're cautious about that, right? Naturally. The problem is that can go 2 ways. It can, like, stay on the emotional level, right? Of you're now afraid of that completely. Or you could go the next level of being like, okay, I see, but of a human, not saber-tooth tiger. Because those emotions are very important, right? Because you can't contemplate, okay, is that thing in the bush, is that a squirrel or a saber-tooth tiger that's about to fucking eat me? So, overthinking in those situations is pretty bad.
Enemy armor destroyed.
So, in a way, those instant emotional pathways make a lot of sense in an evolutionary context, in a pure survival context. But once you build a society, those things are no longer useful. And they turn into racism and all this stuff like that.
Related to that is the sociological theory of that an individual can, at maximum, sustain 150 friendships.
Yeah, that is.
And that was just and that's just your local group.
Yeah.
But now in a modern age, we're exposed to well beyond that due to the internet, and see what that has cost.
Yeah. That way. I mean, parasocial related. Let's look into that. Training the kids for their adult working life. Overtime. Overtime. That you put in more than you're supposed to. That's what homework's for. Right? That it never leaves you, the work, the school. That you take the schoolwork home with you. That at your home, you're still busy with schoolwork. And later in employment, that you're still busy with your work when you get home. That you think about how to increase shareholder value while you're at home. Right? That's what it's for. So, yeah. That's why you basically, mostly, I mean, it is getting better in certain ways, but that is why mostly it's about retention rather than understanding. Right? You have to retain information and reproduce it onto a piece of paper rather than being like, why is that this way? And is this correct? Right? If you ask the teacher a question, they'll be like, the book says it. You need good teachers to make a good society. You need good parents, you need good teachers. And you need good politicians. The problem is, so, yeah, you need a good school system as well that prioritizes what people are capable of rather than just all pressing them into the same hole. You know, like, you're never gonna get an artist to be good at math. So, you know, you need certain basic knowledge about topics, which in most cases you don't even get. Like, I mean, sure, nobody would actually pay attention in school if you learned how to do your taxes, but if you could make it interesting, make it rewarding, then people want to learn, you know, because you don't learn anything that you don't intrinsically want to learn as well. Right? Basically, like, if you don't want to learn something, you're gonna absorb it, regurgitate it, forget it. Like it is with most things there. Does anybody remember anything from school? Like, I don't remember, like, the poem analysis. You don't want to do that. You know?
A specific instance of photo analysis is not something that you will remember, but it is a building block for your current abilities.
Yeah, but the problem is, here's the thing. Why do you analyze poems from the 18th century when you can analyze memes? Or you can analyze things that are relevant, that are interesting. Yeah, but and again, the problem is if you analyze poems or whatever from like fucking 1800, sure, you build certain ways of thinking which are again dependent on the teacher, because interpreting a poem is, you know, the teacher's gonna tell you if it's correct or not. You know, the poet 200 years ago was like, well, the guy that fucked my sister has blue curtains, so in this poem, I'm gonna make the villain's curtains blue. And then the teacher comes along and says, well, the blue curtains express the melancholy and the sadness that the character feels throughout his life, and that's why he turned, you know, it's like...
But posed that way, it's still a very anti-intellectual stance, because I mean, it doesn't exactly matter how you interpret. The important thing is that you interpret at all.
Exactly, and that's what...
It is a building... let me finish. Because that's a building block towards critical thinking overall, because you should be even encouraged to overanalyze everything you read, because it helps develop critical thinking. And critical thinking skills is very much important in this society, where the upper capitalistic elite is actually trying to suppress it for the reasons that you have said before.
Yes, but the thing is, you want to do it, right? If you don't want to analyze poems, you're not gonna be interested in learning and retaining those pathways that are behind it, right? So you have to learn those things in a way that you want to do them. Right? And I don't think any 15-year-old wants to analyze a poem from 1730.
And that's part of the issue, because what we need to solve is to how do we make people want to overanalyze things and not have it be pushed upon with a specific rigid framework. The approach is that we have nowadays is even faulty, because we need to tap into the natural, innate curiosity of people. People are by birth very curious beings, and when that is being actively suppressed, they will not be using that skill set.
Yeah, but that's kind of the point. They want to suppress that curiosity to merge you and mold you into an obedient worker that is smart enough to run the machine, but not smart enough to question why they have to run that machine.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Exactly. How do we fix it? can't.
Well, clearly, need to separate them in the corporatism and slant in education.
The problem is, it's like, the thing is, it's not even corporatist, it's monarchist. Because, for example, the German education system as it stands now was made in like 1870! And, I mean, especially there's a big problem in the German education system because there's 3 different secondary schools, right? You have like the, and they represent the 3 old classes, right? You have the Hauptschule, where basically all the dummies go. You know, well, not really dummies, but the hard laborers. You know, your trash man, your construction worker, your, I don't know, carpenter, whatever. They go to the Hauptschule. Then you've got your, like, business administrator, your you know, your white collar job dudes. You know that do. They go to the Realschule. Right? Or Wirtschaftsschule, which is like a version on that. And then you have the elite, the ruling class that go to the Gymnasium, the highest school, that are the, you know, lawyers and doctors and all of that. And that's, if you separate kids at like 10 years old, right, into those 3 groups already, then that's never going to work, because some kids that are 10 years old are shy at certain things, but then when they're 16, 17, they've developed and they're all really good at that. But because they've been sent to a, like, their path has already been determined for them, because getting from the Hauptschule to like do a university degree is pretty difficult, and most people that go there can't really afford it either, because even though university is basically free, you still have to pay for housing and all that, you know. And they're cutting that down as well. Basically, they're currently getting rid of the like, this is basically a loan you can get from the government, right? That you only have to pay back half of it, that you go study with. And there was an increase. There would have been an increase to the housing money from 330 to 380 euros a month, which is still not enough because the average rent for student accommodation is 440. Then they said no, 60 million. It would have cost 60 million a year to increase that from 330 to 380 euros. They said no. Why? Fuck them kids. Right? And that difference where you separate kids at 10 years old into already, okay, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a carpenter, whatever. That doesn't help, right? Because the people that go to the lower schools and that start to work in trades early and whatever and do their, because the Hauptschule only goes to 9th grade, right? The Gymnasium goes to the 13th. So you're basically missing out on 4 years there, where you're basically doing an apprenticeship. You know, you're learning how to be a carpenter or whatever, but you're not learning other stuff. So you basically have this like divide built into the system. You're never going to get it out. And now, a lot of the workers that went to the Hauptschule and only had those 9 years of education, they're voting for the AfD, for the far-right populists that are basically the new Nazis. Right? They're the same party, with the same types of people, with the same ideologies, the same ideas. Well, to be fair, they're national capitalists, not national socialists.
But how about this? If we were to, I mean, just for fun, add a new option for those that go, and that will only go through Hauptschule.
Mm-hmm.
Those that want to become the binmen. What if there was an option for them to become reverse binmen? Instead of picking up people's trash, they distribute trash.
Well, that is a good idea.
Would that be a good idea to implement for Realschule?
Well, but if you want people that distribute trash, they would have to look into the parliaments. So that in a way that's like already there. And that's another thing because there's a lot of there's a lot of politicians that are like, their job is to be a politician, which is shit, because eventually they're gonna be corrupt, most of them. If you're like politician for 30 years, you're not gonna work within the bounds of the law that you're supposed to anymore. No. So I would like limit those terms to 2, maybe 3 as well. But you know, it's like, or actually, if you want people that distribute trash, then you can find them at Sony Pictures.
Yeah, but if we had a literal reverse binman where instead of go around house to house picking up the house trash of each house and then dumping it elsewhere, you had a centralized area where you had the house trash first, and then you distribute it to each house. You distribute house trash to the houses. Like, hello there, I'm the bin man. Here's your bag of trash. Good day.
Yeah, but that's just Amazon. That's just Temu delivery, mate.
But can we still have it in the Realschule?
No, I would just get rid of like that 3 divide and just like put everybody. First of all, reform the whole system like properly. Like, just, you know, obviously that's never gonna happen, of course, because billionaires are against it, and it's not even just billionaires, it's like multi-millionaires even. That's where it kind of starts. You know, like once you have above like 10, 20 million, your life doesn't really change anymore, right? I mean, you can rent a helicopter if you need one. You don't need to buy one. But if your wealth is like 20 plus million and you invested it in stock, you can't like spend that unless you're an idiot, pretty much. And then eventually you're going to start buying yourself some politicians. Or whatever you want to buy, or kids. Depends on your kind of flavor, or both, if you're fancy. But yeah, I need one more win for the last ball. But yeah, it's like that's the point, because once you run out of stuff to buy, you're gonna start buying people and opinions. And because if you buy a whole newspaper, you can buy the opinions of millions of people, right? Like if you have Fox News, you basically own the opinion of like 10 million people, at least, minimum. That's kind of the problem. So yeah, you would have to create a system where, first of all, the people are educated and understand that if they help each other, they're going to get further than by stepping on each other's heads. You know? But, I mean, but why does everybody hate group projects? In school and in university or whatever. Why does everybody hate group projects? Because they're shit the way they are. Because groups of people are shit. Most of the time.
You expect me, an introvert, to speak with extroverts?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's my problem. You know, I don't want to talk to people, but I'm pretty good at making people talk. Right? Because it's like those micro pointers of like figuring out what that person... Because people love talking about themselves, right? They love sharing what they've achieved. But it's like I'm pretty good at finding those half sentences that they're begging to complete and then keep telling their story, you know? Like, they're gonna talk forever. You know? I don't like that. I want to be left alone if I can be. But... yeah. I know you still play this. Well, I don't really. It's been the first time I play it in two months, and yeah, it's a good old brain spill, you know. Training kids to be good hamsters in the Killer's Cobra wheels. Exactly. I mean, it would be the same in communist hamster wheels. It doesn't really make a difference. You know, it's like it's the people that are the problem. You know, because if you would have a capitalist system where it's with good people, you know, or you could have an ethical version of capitalism, which is a theory. Look it up on Wikipedia or a direct source. Wikipedia is a very good secondary source, but it's always better to have some primary source. But you know, look at that, for example. But we can't even get that to happen, because as soon as one guy has 2 coins and is a dick, then, well, they're gonna spend their extra coin to ruin other people's lives so they can have 3 coins. But yeah, that's his life. That is life. We live in a society, unfortunately. I mean, like I said, I think the best solution is just declare everything the Kingdom of Norway, because they're gonna figure it out. Everything is Norway now, and the Norwegian government is now the world government, and they're gonna like figure it out, and then we're gonna be fine. And anybody that criticizes Holland gets tarred and feathered.
Oh, hail the Supreme Leader Holland.
Yeah.
He's just going to exist, and we have nothing against it.
Yeah, but that's like the thing, you know. Ironically, I'm in a way where you would benefit probably more from like a Roman type consul system than if you just have like one president, you know. Because if you have one guy, the guy can be a dick, like Mertz is a dick, and you know you all will need like a control guy basically, at least. You always need at least one control guy. You know, you can't ever let one guy decide on its own, but you also can't let 50 people decide one thing because they're never gonna get anywhere. You know? Maybe just have 3. You know? What do you got that again? Just be head. Yeah, I mean, look at social media, you know, the influencers are all that one's taking more steroids than the other one, and it has better lighting, and like, use my code, 15% off anabolic steroids. You know, this team's fucking dog shit. They just beat each other, you know? And most of the travel YouTubers, I mean, they're not travel YouTubers or Instagrammers because they make money with it. They're already independently wealthy, you know, because their dad owns an investment firm or whatever. And then they go out there and be like, hey, look at my life. It's like, I've got... And everybody looks at that and be like, how can they have that? Well, because their dad scammed a couple of people and now they can go to Bali and live in Bali. Or they're doing online coaching. Why does everybody need fucking coaching? Does nobody ever, like, learn anything? You know? Jeez. You ain't trying to, like, be in the NFL. You don't need a fucking coach, man. You think. You think. I paid $300 for a fucking course. How to get rich quick course. Sell how to get rich quick courses. Because, I mean, most things like that can be broken down in a couple of easy principles that then can be interpreted into a billion different ways. You know? I mean, let's lay out the example. You know, if we look at bodybuilders, you know, there's probably no two that train the same. Right? Some have more luck with genetics, some have less. Some do like one leg day a month, some do leg day every 2 days. And maybe both look the same. Because it works for both. You know, no two people are ever alike. They're using the same basic concept of if you use the muscle, it's gonna grow. If you inject enough anabolic steroids into it. If you use it, it's gonna grow. If you consume enough protein, it's gonna grow. You know, you don't need a fucking coach for that. And if you have a brain, build something that you enjoy. Or you can pay $300 for a fucking coach. That might be really good, or it might be just wanting $300. I thought all for one for all mentality. Of course it's gone. Thanks, boomers. But yeah, I mean, it's not really that generation that fucked it up the most because like the boomers were fucking outside in the field while Exxon CEOs were being like, you know what, we know this is going to destroy the climate, but whatever. So it's not really this, but it is half and half. Like, previous 2 generations are pretty trite. And I got another Mexico Bowl. God dang it.
Mexico. Mexico.
That also reminds me, like, I don't know if you've seen that clip of like that dude that dressed with like a fake mustache and a hat and a poncho, and then went up to students, be like, "Oh, is this offensive?" And then we're like, "Yes, yes, yes, that's offensive." And then they went to the old Mexican dudes, and he was like, "Is that offensive?" And they were like, "No, he's great." You know, it's like, you know, if you don't take yourself too seriously, if you accept that you're just a human, you know, if you value yourself, but you can also joke about yourself, then that's probably the best type of human that you can have. It doesn't take themselves too seriously, you know, because that guy in a suit and a Rolex, he's like, "Oh man, actually, I'm a financial consultant for McKinsey, and you will address me as such." You know, then fuck that guy. I do not respect people that can't joke about themselves. Pause. Because listen, you're
Pikachu return.
welcome back, Pikachu. You're a ape thing floating on a giant rock that has water on it in space at like 5 gazillion kilometers an hour. I don't know the exact figures, but it's quite a lot.
Fingers.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I said fingers to the figures.
Fingers.
I don't know the exact figures, but it's quite a lot. Like, you're racing through space at quite a lot of speed, even though you're stationary right now. You don't notice that you're racing through space. You know, everything's relative, but just what the fuck is life, man? Nobody's gonna care if you've been like a vice president of whatever. Wait, wasn't it like a quarter of all U.S. office jobs are vice presidents? Something like that. In an interview, if I'm watching this, I do not condone it. McKinsey is a fucking scam company, right? They are a scam company, right? Basically, I mean, McKinsey is basically just an excuse because they don't know anything. They're fucking useless, right? If you want to get rid of some employees or you want to cut something here and there, you're not going to say that because, you know, you're going to be the asshole. You're going to hire McKinsey. McKinsey is going to tell you to get rid of 30% of your employees, and then you can be like, okay, well, we hired McKinsey, we gave them $5 million, and they told us that we should get rid of 1/3 of our employees, and then they do it. Boom. So it's like an excuse. They don't know. They don't fucking know anything. It's like, if you're so good at business advice, why the fuck aren't you good at business? That's kind of, I'm Indian. Yeah, but you don't want to. It's also McKinsey, not Kenzie. That's something else. It's Kinsey, but that is a scam company. You don't want to work for them. You also ideally don't want to be Indian, but tough luck.
Really now, in front of Pikachu. Really? Did you hear that, Pikachu? The nerve of this guy. Don't be Indian, he tells the Indian.
No, I mean, you can just be human, you know? You know, I'm just a human as well. Like, it's just, I don't want to be, I'm not a cat. I don't want to be put into a box, you know? I've been born here, okay? Sorry. Like, you know, I've been born here. Sorry, what happened again? Oh no, here come all the nationalists. You know, it's like being born in a certain place is about the least impressive thing anybody can ever do. So, what is it worth? But yeah, don't scam anybody, and then you're good. And don't be a bit. I mean, you can be a business advisors if you want to scam people. Because it's always the same, you know. If you're a business advisor and you go to a company, and the company's like, okay, we're struggling, and the business advisor goes like, okay, you need to improve profit, you need to improve revenue. And there's
Slinny hands. What are slinny hands, Pikachu?
And there's two ways to do that, right? You reduce costs or you increase margin. That's what you can do. That's
Slinny.
and that's gonna be the advice for $5 million, right? And you're gonna get like a flip chart that in the end just like, yes, you need to reduce costs. Like, thank you. I could tell that myself. I mean, that was. I don't have. What do you mean?
Slinny. Slinny hands.
No, but here, no, I'm
hands
just.
are slinny.
No, I'm just jealous, you know, because if you shave your whole body, like if you ever get bald, right? If you're ever balding, then you can just shave your whole body and you have a wig.
Time to revive the wig party.
Yeah. See? It's called a callback, but it's also a very important tool in storytelling to reintroduce concepts that you're already familiar with. And also you want to have like a closed loop, right? You want to start and end on a similar thing. Look at me, I'm smart. I remember. I'm probably the fastest dumb guy. Like, I can be very dumb very quickly. I don't need no ChatGPT. I have anecdotal evidence coming out of every hole of my body. It's not really anecdotal, it's like... Yeah. That's the problem, I can't read scientific papers or studies because I'll accidentally remember them and I don't want to do that. So eventually my head's gonna fucking explode. My problem though is... I don't remember what I remember.
No, who else is dementia?
Yeah, like I only know that I know a certain thing with like specific triggers. Is it what? What do you mean? I have not committed genocide yet. So
Trick is bewildered.
yeah, I mean, there would be a pretty easy solution to conflicts like that, you know? Line everybody up and ask them, do you have a problem with this other dude existing? Like, do you think that guy should live there and be left alone if they leave you alone? Like, yes? Okay, good. Next. Then no? Mariana Trench. Mariana Trench. Plenty of space down there.
At least escape the heat.
Yeah. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Right? Because to get rid of terrible people, good people will have to do terrible things that they will never do. So here we are. So here we are. You know, I mean... You know, it's like those extremists. I don't care if they play with themselves in the basement. But like, just shut up. Just shut up. Go in your basement, play with your crayons, shut the fuck up. That's what I would do. I would sentence the crayon. Ow. God damn it. And they can like do a coloring book or something because they're not capable of rational thought anyway. So the West Castle. Yeah, why not? I mean, yes, okay. I know why you want the crayons. I understand. I understand.
They're hungry.
But yeah, it's like, you know. Not good enough. Not good enough. Why am I playing Blitz for 4 hours? Do I have brain damage?
Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, okay. Let's go. I mean, in the end, I just want a grill.
Grill time.
And if somebody wants to put a vegan sausage on that grill, I don't care. You do it. It's fine. There's plenty of space on the grill. Right? It's very simple. As long as you do not cause harm to yourself, even that, maybe you can do that if you want. I don't care. If somebody gets tattoos, kind of counts. Anyway, if you do not cause harm to someone else or something else, like animals or the environment or your neighbor's lawnmower by pissing in it, you can do whatever you want. But as soon as you start harming other things, then that becomes a problem. And no, somebody else existing is not to cause harm to you. Stop being a bitch. You know. If I put my sausage on the grill, good luck. That's one way to castrate yourself, I guess. You're a eunuch now. Is that how you pronounce it? Eunuch? I don't know.
Yeah, eunuch.
Yeah. I don't know. By the way, you might ask yourself, I mean, why this side is so dark? The lamp, the light that was there, it fell off. So, my always said it was, well, you certainly are unique. But yeah, anyway, tomorrow I'm gonna drive, tomorrow at 10 a.m., so in 9 hours, well, in 9 hours and 59 minutes, 49 minutes, fuck. I'm gonna drive these 6 hours of into Lagos. Don't know if I'm gonna stream it though. And I'm gonna do Sunday. I'm gonna do the 2.4 hour series at Silverstone, which I could have done today, but you know, bullets. And I also have something else to do. That I'm gonna do maybe now. We'll see. Anyway, with that said, whoop. Thank you very much for joining. Next Friday will be, I don't know. I mean, it's either going to be this again. Probably not, though. Or it's going to be a little more Ultimate. Or Forza Horizon. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that. Depends. Depends. And then, yeah. I mean, the next 2 weeks are going to be shite for me. But then after that, I think I have some time to do some other stuff, other interesting projects, maybe. Or I'm just gonna go completely insane. Don't know. One of the two. Maybe I'll do both. So, with that said, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back maybe for the 6 hour. I don't know if I'm going to stream it though. And until then, definitely until next Friday, until the next Crabcast. Until then, stay safe, don't die. Goodbye.
Why?